Good evening, everyone. It's Sunday night. It's the APAT show. Of course, it's the APAT show. It is the penultimate day, Leigh, of the World Championship of Amateur Poker. We've got 2 nights left. Can't wait. Big one tonight, sir. Can you tell the guys what it is we're going to be watching?
Yes, and normally Sunday night I'm going crazy. We've got 4 tournaments and one's already finished and it's all gone. Well, they're still running in the background, but of course no one's really... Players are still playing. We've hit every guarantee this week in leaderboard, the leaderboard ladders, the dailies. It's been incredible.
Fantastic.
So well done for all those that have been playing that. But of course, yeah, it's a couple of absolute biggies tonight. So from the online, let's start with the online side of it. First of all, the online events. We've got the 8 Max Championship, the online championship with the bracelet. That is up for grabs. We've got about another 15 minutes or so of late registration. If you want to get into this, it's got a $75,000 guarantee. $109 is the buy-in. We've currently got 729 runners, Des.
Wow.
So we're
going to get there, Leigh.
730. We are 20 away from hitting that guarantee.
Yes,
We've already had over 300 bust outs now. We're down to 412 runners in that.
Get in.
But if you want to get into it and get involved, it's the only way you can try and win a bracelet online this year with APAT. So if you want to get involved in that, you've got about 14 minutes left to do that. It's currently going to pay the top 135 runners in that. If you want to do that. Now, alongside that, we've got the final event number 12, which is the PLO knockout. That's got a 10K guarantee. Past that already, 10,500 in the prize pool there. 211 runners in that one. We're down to 84 at the moment. We're going to be paying top 35, although that might slightly change as well because we've got about another 13 minutes of late reg in that one. That's a $55 one. If you want to get into that one, say last little bit of PLO action online. But then, of course, we've also got started at 8:05, the which is new for this season, is the online day one for the live main event at Dusk till Dawn next week. So this time next week, Des, hopefully we'll be, you know, all sat in the bar and crowning the winner of the main event. Fingers crossed.
Sorry,
well, tonight
the bar, Leigh.
Yeah, the bar, yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What's a bar?
Yeah, I know. You really frequent, fairly frequent. Well, 70 players tonight decided to have a go at this online option. Paid the £150 buy-in, which is 125 plus 25 into that. We've already lost 21 of those. But it's absolutely packed with APAT names in that one. One Simon Brooke is currently chip leader in that one, but they're also in the just looking in the top 10 there. Sarah Cushin is there, Mark Gardner's there, Kevin O'Hanlon is there, Pete Wigglesworth is in the top 10. Ian Witt is 13th. So loads of names in that one. And I think that's probably what we're going to focus on. Just looking at a bit further down the top 20. Scouse is 17th at the moment. Phil Dudley's 15th. Paul Simon, friend of the show. Paul Simon Haycock, 17th in chips. Stefan Roder, who we know is going to be at Dusk till Dawn later on in the week from Germany. He's 18th with chips at the moment. So loads of names in that to keep an eye out on. So I think that's what we'll probably have a little bit of a focus on. But I can't emphasize enough, if you want to get in and try and pick up that online bracelet for event number 11, the $75,000 guarantee, you have now got 12 minutes to get in that. It is creeping up. We're at 737. We need 750 to get 738 to get to the guarantee. So we are getting close to that. At the moment, that prize up top, Des, for that 8 Max Championship event number 11 is nearly $11,500.
$11,500, folks. Get it done. Get involved.
Pretty much everyone on that final table is going to score 4 figures at the moment. The way the payouts are.
Superb. It looks like we're going to get there. That's great news. It's going to be a hell of a couple of nights of poker to follow that one, and we're going to really zero in on that, I guess, tomorrow night with updates through the evening, this evening, in terms of some of our more better known players. Now. Paul Simon, you mentioned Paul Simon, our very own Paul Simon, one of the very few golden oldies not headlining down at Glastonbury over the last couple of days.
Yes.
Right? Paul Simon. There are a large number of golden oldies watching in tonight. Let's just have a quick look at the chat box. So one Mr. Lawler is the first in with his good evening. However, he does offer a little warning. Might have to watch the show and catch up was up to 4 a.m. watching a World Series of Poker final table last night. Love it.
Wow.
Good man.
Wow.
Excellent. I like to hear that. And if you have to watch on catch up, that's totally fine, Simon. Albeit, of course, we will miss your chat through the evening. Tony Ross is there as well. Evening to you, Tony. John Sibley has been with us throughout the campaign, who certainly has had one negative test, did the second negative test, come through. That's what we need to know, John.
Room service has finished for him.
It's a disaster. If the second negative test comes through, it's an absolute disaster. He has to get back to normal. Nobody likes that. Mark Lassman is there, Mr. Penguin himself. I think Mark, we came across one of his tables over the last few evenings.
Yes.
He's simply saying shug with a couple of questions. So I don't know how up to date you are on this, Mark, but Shug went very deep, got through to day 3 of the Seniors Championship yesterday. He went out relatively early in the evening, but still made the top 100 runners in that particular event for a score of about $6,200, something in the region of that. An absolutely outstanding performance from Shug. We were going to get him to call into the show, but seeing as he exited, we thought, better of it, let him just go and enjoy his few dollars, have a good time over there. Some nice entertainment to be had, I'm sure. So if there's anything further on Shug, Mark, just ask the question and we will deal with that. And Daniel Williams, Dan is there as well. Good evening, beautiful people. So thank you, Dan. He's beautiful, right? He's gorgeous, Leigh. He's not sure.
You may choose to say that. I
couldn't possibly comment. You've got to be asexual on this sort of stuff, Leigh. You've just got to look at him and say he's a good bloke. Good bloke. Thoroughly gorgeous.
He's a thoroughly decent chap. Dan,
he's too good.
I don't know whether are you streaming tonight? Because Dan did message me earlier on and say, do you need me for tonight? And I said, well, we have got a couple. I said, don't worry, we've got a couple of guests. They're quite reliable, so we won't have a problem. Unfortunately, we're struggling to get hold of JP and Stu at the moment, so hopefully they're going to join us at some point too. But if not, if they don't for any reason, Dan, we may be getting you to jump in if you want to. But obviously, Dan's doing rather well at the moment. He's currently up to 11th in chips in the online day one. So
let him do what he wants to do.
That is exactly what I said. He said he was firing at everything tonight. So I said, look,
Fantastic.
That has got to be your main focus because it is the only chance he can have to play the main. He said he can't get to Dusk Till Dawn on the Friday and the Saturday, so that's the only chance. And I've seen a number of players that have said that. I saw Phil Coles asked the question today. He said, "Well, what happens to the day 2? How does it work if you can play this as a day 1 if you want, and then just rock up on Sunday for Dusk Till Dawn if you make it through." And he said, "Well, great, I can do this Sunday. Just couldn't do the Friday and Saturday." I said, "Well, perfect. There you go." Then. So he might not be missing out if he, as he thought yesterday. If you remember, he said he'd been to every single World Champs, I think, apart from Vienna. Right from the very beginning. So fingers crossed.
Fantastic. Leigh, we also have Matthias Betty, I think better known to us as Matthias Dieters, right? Is in the chat box as well. Good evening to you, Matthias.
So Matthias was going to play the championship event tonight because if you remember, he picked up some added value through leaderboard ladders and we sorted him out. They used to be T dollars. I think they've changed it to P dollars now to be like down with the kids or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, so he got those in his account. So hopefully he's bought in and is giving it a go tonight. So
nicely. We'll nice. Right. I think you've got to do something like that.
Have you got,
I'm not sure. Something. I'm not sure. Dave Green is there, right? No messing with Dave Green. You don't have to do that with Dave, right? In fact, you do that with Dave, you run away. Right, you don't want to do that with Dave. Thanks for the... Oh, hold on. He says, good evening, guys. Looking forward to a catch-up on a Wednesday. That's if the trains are still running. So a little bit of concern about trains, but we don't think there's going to be an issue this week with trains, Leigh. We think everything's back to normal, right?
I think so. I'm not aware of... unless they've not agreed anything or they're all of a sudden deciding to pile out on strike again, but I've not heard that that's happening. But... yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, and if that is the case, we'll try and offer up some alternative solutions. Because what you'll find, as is always the way with the APAT community, is people rally around and do stuff. So if somebody's stuck, if anything does happen, you just got to get up in the community, going, look, I'm trying to get from here to here, and I can't because of whatever. Who else is? Because there'll be hundreds of people driving to Dusk Till Dawn next week over the 5 days. So
come into the community. That's exactly what you would do. And Matthias comes back to you, Leigh. He says, thanks for the $20. and the extra beer for the event, but I had to rebuy a minute ago, so I changed to gin tonic.
Fair enough. Maybe let's fingers crossed that the gin and tonic brings you luck with your rebuy.
You have got to do what you've got to do. Listen, Leigh, I've got a bit of news. Right, she's coming in. So we've got Stu on the show tonight. Yeah. So you will recall that he had some travel difficulties coming back from Vegas. He had to go Vegas to Los Angeles to London. He missed a flight. He had to take a train up to Newcastle airport. Then he had to come back to his house. An absolute disaster. 30 hours he was traveling. So as I understand it, he's running a little bit late tonight. But we do have, let's see if we can get him up on screen. We do have some images of him approaching his home now. Let's see if we can get that up. There he is. So there you go, Leigh.
Nice,
That's Stu.
nice.
He's making his way over.
The northeast is looking great. JP's just messaged say he's having network quality issues at home at the moment on the Sunday night. So it can do. So bear with it, JP, and see if you can find a solution. If not, not a problem whatsoever. We'll go with the flow.
Maybe JP's found a beer that's cooler than us.
Quite possibly.
To be honest, that is
this is your 5 minute. This is your 5-minute warning, guys. If you want to get involved in either of the championship events tonight, the event number 11, the 8 Max Championship, or the PLO knockout, then you've got about 5 minutes if you want to get into it. But Des, got a bit of news for you.
Yeah.
We've smashed the guarantee.
We're
way past.
What?
We're way past. 765 runners currently in there with another 5 minutes of late reg. We are looking good, my friend. We are looking good. Both those guarantees have been hit tonight. I said 70 runners started in the online day one as well, down to 45 in that. We've got a table up, and we're just keeping an eye on it. It's a cracking table. I mean, this is
Leigh.
All week.
No. Hold on. Before we get into the table, right? Before we get into the table, so we've surpassed the 75,000 guarantee, right? In the main event for the online series tonight. Excellent. Now I just want to throw something hypothetical at you. We've surpassed the 75. If hypothetically we then dropped the guarantee to, I don't know, to 65, do we get the 10K?
No, we don't. No,
we don't get the 10K.
That's not
forget I said that. We'll edit that out later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Simon Lawler won't know we've had this discussion.
No, it'll be okay. That'll be all right. Yeah. So Tristan's in the chat, says that's a nice table. Well, I'll tell you what, it is a bloody marvelous table. To look at it. It on the table. Well, I'd say you can see them all in front of you, but we have chip leader Simon Brook with just under 150 bigs at the moment. Also on that table is Sarah Cushing, who's 7th on the leaderboard at the moment. Triplin himself is sat there quite nicely with a stack of 53 bigs. Tom Bacon, very much friend of the show, is there with 56 bigs. Steve Bailiff is on there as well with 52 bigs. All still very well stacked at the moment in this tourney. So we'll keep an eye on that one and see how if any major hands or goes on in that one. We'll keep an eye on it. But I'm just saying, we're looking now. We've got to say just over 2 minutes left if you do want to get in on the bracelet event tonight. Both the event number 11 and event number 12 are 2-day events, so they will play. The PLO plays till level 21 tonight, which is roughly about 12:15. And the 8 Max Championship event will play till level 26, which is around 1 o'clock in the
Fantastic.
morning. Might be ever so slightly longer than that, because with the numbers tonight, you tend to find the 5 to the hour breaks take a little bit longer for tables to finish before they all go on a break and all that kind of thing. So it might be a little bit after 1 o'clock, I would say. But both of them will be in the money definitely by the end of tonight, though, and then we'll be back at 8:05 tomorrow. With a cracking lineup of guests to analyze the day twos, and we'll say this prize pool up top, it's just going to be just shy of $12,000 for the winner, plus obviously the APAT gold medal and the WCOAP bracelet as well. So really, really nice for somebody. There you go. There's the 2022 side event bracelets. Absolutely stunning. So it'll be a really, really nice prize. And there's a few people just piling with just a minute to go, Des, and they're still piling in to try and register in and get in there. Maybe a couple of them are decided to have their rebuy and give it another switch to gin and tonic, and have decided to have a rebuy.
That'll be the Black Country Poker Club lads. Brian will have sounded the klaxon. The guarantee's been met, guys. All in now. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. So we'll see. Say with just under a minute to go now. If you do want to get in on that one, then we'll see. So,
Leigh, we've had a couple of additional comments. So Tony G is watching us on YouTube. So good evening to you, Tony. I guess we've got a bunch of folks watching us on YouTube as well. So hope everyone as well just give put a comment in the chat box and we will give you a shout out. Billy Johnston has joined us and says hi all. Hi to you, Billy. And Simon goes on to confirm, to his knowledge at the moment, there are no strikes planned for next week.
That's nice to know, isn't it? Yeah, that is nice to know. Now, hopefully, in about an hour or so, fingers crossed, we might well get a call in from one Natalie Bromley, who safely arrived in Vegas yesterday, and they're playing the tag team comp at the World Series today. But hopefully she's timing it right. She's playing the first session, then she's tagging Adam in. I'm assuming they've got some sort of plan of some sort of routine for tagging each other in. I mean, that you do that, wouldn't you? Yeah, and then hopefully she'll then be free, and she's going to try and dial in to the show from the World Series.
That would be amazing,
or as close as she can possibly get it if she can. So that's the plan. But we do seem to be having a little bit of a few techie issues for people tonight. To say JP's struggling to get a decent enough quality service to get in. So it might be a little bit of a hit and miss on a Sunday night.
We will see. There's a bunch of you, and I mean, there's a lot of people watching, as you would expect on a night like tonight, Leigh. Do say hello. Come into the chat box, say hello. If there's anything you want to talk about, we would love to do that. Tony G says, smash that guarantee, 12K up top.
Yeah, so that's it. Late registration has closed. The doors are shut. Security are on the door. You're not getting in. There's no way. Don't care if your name's down. I don't care if you've got a spare ticket or you name drop Des. It's not going to get you into this comp now. You are done, I'm afraid.
Is that where the GOAT is tonight? Is that where Tom Brady is? Is he stood?
Tom Brady is. I haven't checked whether Tom Brady. Well, no, Tom Brady's supposed to be playing.
Is he playing tonight?
So, yeah.
Can he play? Is he loud?
Yeah, we've given him permission.
Special
to play
dispensation.
I should bring his table up. Really, that would be the sensible thing to do.
Let's do that.
Let me try and see where he is. Oh, crikey! I haven't had to go too far. Oh no! Well, when I say Tom is playing it, what I meant to say is Tom was playing it.
What?
Unfortunately, he bust in 451st place, which wasn't that long ago, actually, because we're down to 350 now. So yeah, Tom is no longer short and sweet. Is our Tom? Unfortunately.
Wow.
So yeah, he's done. But so let me just confirm the numbers then, because say the late reg is closed. To say in those events now. So the online championship ended up with 791 runners, which is absolutely fantastic. Down to 348 remaining at the moment. We're paying top 143 in that, and yeah, basically ninth and upwards, Des, is $1,000 or more. I'll give you the top three places, so the medal position. So the bronze medal place is going to pick up $5,700. The silver medal position is going to pick up $8,300, and up top, it's just got over the $12,000
insane
figure. So $12,000 plus the gold medal and the APAT bracelet. So really, really good luck to every one of you that is in there. Now, I mentioned that Ian Witt. I gave him a shout out on. He's playing the online day one. I think he's about 10th in chips at the moment in that of the 45 remaining. Ian Witt is currently third in chips in the online championship at the moment. Wow. Sat on just over 700,000 of those chips. So good luck to you, Ian. Just on the PLO, just to wrap that one up, we ended up with 219 runners in that, which means the $10,000 guarantee was comfortably gone past. We ended up with 10,950 in the prize pool for that. We're paying top 41. We're down to 67 already in that. So that's going to hit the money in the next hour or so, I would suggest. To say that'll play till just after 12 o'clock, level 21. But both of those will be in the money tonight, 100%. They will be in the money. And of course, what we're watching at the moment, which is the online day one, once we get down to 11 players, well, all those 11 are going to be in the money days and will be taking their stacks back to Dusk Till Dawn next Sunday.
I love it. I love it.
Obviously, they're obviously responsible for transporting their own stacks to Dusk Till Dawn. We don't do that for them, do we?
Well, we give them a small plastic bag, Leigh, I believe. I mean, the chips are digital, so they're really quite light. Yeah. But you don't want to drop them all the same, particularly if the carpet.
Is this like
this?
Drop them they like the this? They're like this NFT thing. Is this what it is?
Yeah,
they're
NFT
turn
chips.
Up with an NFT. Yeah.
You've got to do a childish drawing on each chip. That's part of the getting in, passing clear process, right? So that's worth bearing in mind. But the reality is, joking aside, this worked super well at Aspers London when we did this.
Brilliant.
A couple of months ago. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's really, really good. So I mentioned Ian Witt was third in chips. Dan Williams in the chat saying Ian Witt fourth in chips. Go on. I've just looked now. He's now fifth in chips. So maybe we should shut up and just let him do his thing. Maybe that's the best way to do this.
Leigh, here's another technical question. Billy Johnson says freakishly didn't need my second ticket for the main. Oh, how disappointing! Ticket has been whisked away. Assume those P dollars will appear at some stage. Any idea?
I'm not. I don't think it's an automated process. I think they do have to go through and just talk them because the ticket goes from being an active ticket into an inactive ticket, and then they just go through and effectively clear those inactive ones. I've seen people posting the last couple of days that party have turned it into P dollars for them, and that's happened even for some of the $55 tickets. I think people have sorted them out. It is just a case of if you don't see anything happen in the next, give them 24 hours to sort it because you're not going to be the only one tonight. So just have a little bit of an expectation on it. But if say by tomorrow, or maybe even to Tuesday till the tournament's actually finished tomorrow night, if you don't see anything appearing on Tuesday, just drop customer support a little message in the live chat, and it normally will get sorted out pretty quickly for you. So that's what I would do.
Simon is saying likely to be processed in 48 hours.
Tuesday then.
Tuesday then. Question.
That's what I said. Yeah. I said.
How many bigs are our players starting with here in this online day one for the main at DTD? 100 bigs.
When you say how many bigs, you mean so starting stack is 100,000.
Yeah. And what were the opening blinds?
And the opening blinds are 200, 500.
Okay.
So they start with 200 bigs.
200 bigs. All right. Just to give us a sense. Sarah Cushion, who was at the UK Team Championship as well, and I recall her being one of the happiest people I've ever seen. She seemed to have had a whale of a weekend, smile on her face pretty much all of the time, which was lovely to see. She will be looking to try and repeat that experience, I've no doubt.
Yeah, I think so. And saying it's made a cracking start so far. Still got 11th in chips, sat on 70 bigs. 70 bigs is absolutely bundles, isn't it? There's absolutely no need to worry about that. I mean, the structure here is fantastic. It's a 15-minute clock for the live the online day one, should I say? So say absolutely plenty of play for players here. I mean, Simon Brook with 140, he might even be trying to think he's locked up a cash here already. He could be already thinking, he could be sat with his feet up, not wanting to get involved in anything.
I don't think it's going to go like that to you.
No, probably not. So I'm just trying to work out whether we're likely to see JP or not. Whether we are.
Has anybody seen Stu?
Has anybody seen
Stu?
Stu?
Should be over Glasgow or Edinburgh by now.
Yeah, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? Might see if I can find see anybody else is available.
That's all right.
Oh, Stu says 5 minutes.
just waiting for Huang to act here in the small blind. We've got 2 players in ahead of him with a 2x raise. We've got a call from Huang, and it's now with Simon. And we're going to see a flop.
I think Stu's having internet problems as well, by the sounds of it. He's just messaged to say internet is going nuts. So
that's bizarre. It seems to be. I mean, it's obviously fine at our end.
Yeah. What a board that is. Decision back on Sarah. Makes a very, very good call.
That was a bit fruity. Same 2 players were in the previous pot. It all played out a bit passively. Good call there by Sarah.
So don't panic, folks. For Simon Brook fans out there, he's just moved to a different table. He's very much still in it. He hasn't all of a sudden lost those 440,000 chips. Yeah.
So Simon is asking, anyone in the online day 1 for D2D from far-flung countries? Good question. You know, I guess the question is anyone sort of wandered into this tournament not fully appreciating what exactly it is?
Basically, it is entirely UK, apart from 2 players from Germany, one of which is Stefan, who's still in. The other person from Germany has already bust. So,
that's fair enough.
Yeah, it is just Union Jack flags throughout the lobby tonight. Simon's having a pretty good night. Say chip leader in the online day 1, and is also 4th in chips in the PLO knockout as well. So
nice. It's nice to have a bit of momentum behind you.
Yeah. But still no rush for any of these players. Even say Tom and Tristan, they're now sat on sort of 35, 40 bigs. No real short stacks on this table. So say it's they've really just got to kind of take their time, and this is where you've just got to be fairly controlled and not get involved. No, there's no Georgians, Simon, but it is an easy mistake to make. That's for sure. I have done it once or twice when listing out the countries. If you kind of you're a bit tired and you're sort of like a bit not focused on the screen, very much a Union Jack and a Georgian flag are not much between them on the party poker software.
How are you?
But we pretty much we've sent medals. Medals are flying all over the world this week. Number going off to South America. I think we've had one. I think we've at least one, maybe Canadian as well. Plenty into Europe, Kazakhstan, Georgia. Yeah, all over the place. So.
I'm sure we'll hit South America tonight. It's got to happen. If not tonight, tomorrow night, Leigh. I'm thinking.
Well, the Brazilians are queuing up in this this 8 Max Championship. They've got a player in 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th at the moment. So yeah, but you see this quite a lot. I think I've said this to you a couple of times during the week. Oh, the top 10 has got 6 Brazilian players in it, and then gone by the end. Seem to be quite aggressive at building a stack early on in tournaments. But then, I think we've only got one. I think that we've seen. I think JP's having another go at getting in.
Evening, sir. There he
How are we
is.
doing, JP?
JP, can you hear us?
Hello, guys. How are we doing?
Ah, there he is.
Hey, there we go.
God, that was a bit of a roller coaster. So I decided to move positions in the house study down to the dining room because Lou, our bedroom's next door to the study. So when she goes up, I didn't want to be shouting and screaming at Stu through that wall. And I moved down, and the whole network went. So it kicked me out of the game, kicked me out of the tournament. Couldn't get onto you guys.
Wow.
So I repositioned myself, and then I was tilting because I couldn't get back onto the game. And then I got back just in time to get aces, which held, and the very next hand kings, which did not hold. So we've had a real roller coaster and stuff. But we've chipped back up again a little bit. So we're alive and well. How are you guys doing? All right?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah,
Well,
we're good.
Yeah.
I listened to some of the show last night, earlier on today. It was, believe it or not, it was a margarita. We were just in a cocktail bar, and Lou ordered a margarita, and this guy said, "Oh, I've been trying a little twist on a margarita," and hence the very neon blue margarita.
I did Google blue cocktails, and somebody calls one of those a smurferita.
Okay,
Something like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I did see it named as a
Smargarita.
smurferita. So,
It's got to be a student sort of Wednesday night cocktail, that, hasn't it? So yeah, I made it with a little bit of mezcal and a tiny bit of blue curaçao or curacao, however you say it. There you go.
Very nice.
Cocktail
Very nice.
news.
So JP, what are you playing tonight? Are you what have you got up and running?
I'm playing the 8 max, which we're calling the main. Are we? The
online
main.
champ. It's the online championship. Yeah. It's the one event that you can win a bracelet. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been trying.
But to be honest, it's not just the bracelet. It's $12,000 up top. I mean, fantastic prize pool.
Well, my first objective with all of these things is always to outlast late reg. So that's achieved.
Excellent. Good stuff. Good stuff. And what sort of stack have you got at the moment?
58 bigs. So
heaps.
I don't know where I am. Ian Witt, I heard you mention him just because I was listening to you guys just while I was trying to reconnect. He was on my immediate left for until about 10 minutes ago, to be honest. And then suddenly I thought, wow, and he hasn't been knocked out, has he? But no, I had a table move with all the drama was going on. It was me that had moved.
Well, you're sitting quite happily. I mean, you're currently sat 36th of the 269 players remaining.
Stop the count.
Yeah. I mean, 36th place money is $370. I mean, you could be a very quick turnaround profit. I mean, that's one way to look at it.
One way, yeah. Okay, let's not stop the count.
Yeah, not with $12,000 up top.
I'll take 30, whatever. How much was it? I'll take 30, whatever it was, and the bracelet. How's that? We'll do a deal.
Yeah. So Triplin's in the chat. It's 30 seconds in, and JP's on the booze talk already. Didn't take long.
Never in doubt.
No, exactly. So I think Stu is also having similar internet issues tonight. Well, we say that. I mean, it could just be the excuse he's using is the fact that the cricket finished at 6 o'clock and he'd been in the bar ever since. There is that possibility.
He's gone for a kebab.
We'll see. But I did. The delightful Dan Williams did message me earlier on. Said, "Do you need me tonight?" And I said, "I think we're good." But I did actually just message Dan and say, "You might." If you're free, you might need to jump in. We'll see how we do. But obviously, we've also hopefully in the next hour got Natalie Bromley also dialing in from Vegas. Fingers crossed as well. So we could have a bit of a jam-packed evening. We reckon we're going to go on till probably stream to about 1 o'clock. Hopefully, which is when we think roughly the online day one will complete, and certainly the other two events for tonight will be finished around that time. Well, the PLO actually will be earlier. So the plan is to see this through tonight, and let's see how it goes. At the moment, it's looking good for. I mean, so many people in this online day one. JP, it's just a who's who of APAT players, old and new.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, if I'm just looking at the top 20 now, Simon Brooke is still chip leader in this one at the moment, sitting pretty at the top. Pete Wigglesworth is in 5th. Dave Howard is now up into 6th place. Tom Bacon is up into 8th. Paul Simon is 9th. Sarah Cushion still doing very well in 10th. Ian Witt is 11th. Dan Austin is working his way up through the gears, is now up to 14th place. Mark Gardner in 17th. The one and only Kevin O'Hanlon in 18th place at the moment, and John Sibley has just sneaked into the top 20, as has Steve Bailiff, now up into 19th as well. So, absolute who's who of APAT names.
And that's the main.
Try and get stacked.
That's the main day one, is it?
Yeah, that's basically so the final 11 tonight. So we're down to 41. It'll stop at 11 players, and those stacks will then be taken through to next Sunday and added into the live stacks. Already in the money. So it's nice. Be nice to know they can turn up at dusk till dawn and already have a stack of chips.
It's unusual to say, Leigh, but Scout's been fairly quiet here, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to know how players choose to play this, because obviously for some people, this might be their only. I mean, you've got to understand the dynamics of the table. You've got to know the people. So for some people, this could be their only bullet, the only chance they had to play it. So basically, it's like a freeze out for them. Yeah. There could be other players that have gone, oh, well, do you know what? I'll have a shot at this tonight, but I'm not overly worried if it doesn't go right for me. So I might play it a little bit looser, a bit more aggressive, maybe, because I'm gonna, I've already reserved a seat for Friday or Saturday, and that's one thing I would strongly recommend doing. If you do want to play at dusk till dawn and want to play this main event, the day ones at dusk till dawn are Friday and Saturday. Strongly recommend reserving a seat if you want to. You can do that via Party Poker if you want until tomorrow evening, I think it is, when the holding tanks will close in Party Poker. Then after that, it's a case of you can use Lux on Pay up until 9 o'clock the night before, or then it's going to be at dusk till dawn on the day at the cash desk. So if you want to make sure that you got your seat before you travel, I would strongly recommend using one of those methods just to get your buy-in sorted and know you've got a seat. So chips don't go and play straight away. They go in and play at the first break, I think it is, at dusk till dawn these days. So you'll have a little bit of time. If you're thinking, oh, well, what if I'm stuck in traffic or something happened? Yeah, you've got a little bit of leeway on that if you bought it in advance. So they're not in from the very, very start.
And we were discussing this a couple of days ago, Leigh, but I don't think either of us would be surprised if the main event at dusk till dawn becomes our biggest main event ever.
No, exactly.
Right?
Well, we had a Rob message last night, didn't he? And said, "What do you think? What are you thinking? Numbers? What do you think?" And I said, "Well, we'd always hoped. We've got a target in mind, which would be to beat the record, which is currently held by dusk till dawn from 2013, which was 453, I think it was. And we'd love to get past that. Well, we've got 70 already from tonight, and the 2 day ones at dusk till dawn are capped. The Friday's capped at 180, and the Saturday's capped at 225. They're soft caps, obviously. Soft cap. So the difference in soft cap and hard cap. Hard cap is pretty much once they get to that number, that is it. They don't let anybody else in. Soft cap means that they've got those number of seats, which means if somebody busts, then they can go above that cap by effectively replacing that person in during the late registration. So add those two together, and you get 405 plus a 70 tonight. So potentially, if we do sell out both of those days at dusk till dawn, we could see that number being smashed. I mean, we can all dream. Wouldn't it be great if it started with a 5? But hey, it's difficult to know. It's a different time of the year for us. We've had a different build up to how we've been able to kind of communicate to players the event and get it all confirmed and everything. So it is a little bit new for us, a little bit different territory than we're used to. So we'll have to see. But I think people will rock up at dusk till dawn next week, and looking forward to playing what's going to be a really cracking prize pool. I think
should be absolutely fantastic, Leigh. And joining us in the chat box, Stephen Bradbury.
Hello, Stephen. Hope
he's
you're well.
Replying to Tris, good luck. May the river be with you. Tris was talking about JP and his talk of the booze. So, nice to see Stephen in there. Good luck tonight, Stephen, if you're playing, which I would guess you are.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many in the in either event. I mean, it's easier to follow who's still in the the online day one. I mean, let me just say scroll down to the. I was going to scroll down to the second page. Tony Ross has now snuck up into 11th. 19th in that one. So he's going strong. Just who's still in on the second page of names of records. So I mentioned Johnson. Jason Kemp is still there. Glyn Wellings, Tristan, who is on the table watching at the moment. Phil Dudley, Mark Williams, Paul Allen, Gregory Fee. So loads of Stefan Roeder. So loads of players still in, but we're down to 37. So that plays down to 11 players. We think that's going to be somewhere around level 17. We think. Roughly where we think it will go to, but say it depends how aggro, how big the stacks get as to whether people hanging on or not. I mean, I suppose you don't want to be going through with and maybe you do want to go through with a bowl. Maybe you do. Maybe you're happy to min cash and just take your chances on Sunday at Dusk Till Dawn. It's different for different people, isn't it? For some people, min cashing is a big deal. Maybe you've not cashed an APAT event before. It might be what they want.
Triss raises it up by 3.5 bigs. Scouts goes over the top to 9 bigs. Actions come all the way around to Triss again. So he's got a decision here. He's got 27 left. So this is a decision. He decides to let that one go. Scouts takes it. Plenty of time for Triss there. No need to be taking unnecessary risks, I guess.
No, absolutely not.
How would you play this, Leigh?
On the basis that, well, I suppose the first thing is you play it very differently depending on whether you can play a live day one. I mean, that's the first thing to say. If you can play a live day one, then you're probably going to play this, say, slightly differently, and you're going to look to build a stack. If not, well, I play it like I would any other tournament, and the first thing to do is getting the money at all costs, because that ultimately is what you want to do. It's a big prestigious tournament, which it's a decent, it's not a cheap buy-in.
No,
£150. It's not it's not a cheap amount of money. It's our biggest one of the year, really. Unless we do any sort of, sometimes we do the odd high roller thing, but pretty much this is it. So I'm certainly, if this is my only shot at it, I would very much be, I'd be guarding my chips very carefully and make it and not need to rush into it, as Tristan didn't there. Doesn't need to get too clever with it, although he's being. Feels like he's being a bit beaten up on this table because he's just got into another hand there and had to let that one go as well. And you can sometimes have that. You sat at the table and it feels like whatever you do. I've told you the story, the times at Dusk Till Dawn where Alan Armitage has been on my table and just does, just as if just whatever you do, he's just playing right against you, and it's not a huge amount you can do about it. I'm just going to see if I can quickly switch tables for you, Des, because Tony Ross is all in against Stefan Roeder, Ace King versus Jack 6, and unfortunately, it's no good for Stefan. And we lose Stefan Roeder from that one. On this table is Tony Ross, who's just won that hand. Jason Kemp is there as well. Ian Witt and John Sibley is on this table. So interesting one. As Tristan just won a few chips back on that other table we were watching. But we'll keep an eye on this one for a minute, and just to change it up a little bit, and give some shout outs to some other players that are in the chat, because I know John certainly is and Tony is, that's for sure. But I think people might have got a little bit carried away when we said we were doing an online day one, and it was going to have, you were allowed one re-entry if you wanted to play live, that people would go crazy, and I just don't think they do. I think there's a lot of respect as Daniel's going to win that one. Yeah, and we've John Sibley is down to an absolute third of a big blind, which is going in this hand. I feel like we might have put the APAT show block on John Sibley here.
Good luck with
There's
it,
a
John.
little bit.
I think you're going to need a bit of luck to come back here, but who knows? Who knows?
never know. He's got 3 callers in there, so let's see what he's got going on. But yeah, I don't think people are going is as crazy and as there was talks about the the dynamic of the tournament and all that kind of thing. I think there is going to be a significant bunch of players that are playing this tonight because it's their only chance of playing.
Yeah.
And if they don't get through this, we might well not see them at Dusk Till Dawn later on in the week. So,
well, here we go, Leigh. It's D-Day for John Sibley, and Phil Dudley's bet there on the end suggests he might have a cheeky little piece.
Oh,
you're kidding
that's
me.
Unfortunate for Johnny. Turned
Well,
the.
He has actually benefited, so he must have had a full house because he's taken the pot. To my knowledge, and Phil Dudley's obviously taken the.
Phil
side
Dudley
pot.
had the with the flush. Yeah, so.
Wow, what a hand!
Yeah, so John just hanging on in there.
So Stu is saying, sorry guys, my internet is currently running slower than my running between the wickets at cricket. There's all sorts of rhyming and humour, and there's everything going in there that we don't normally associate with Stu. Don't worry, Stu. If you can't make it, you can't make it, my friend.
Yeah. Nothing you can do about it. That is John Sibley gone. 4-3, to be honest, 4-3 suited is not the worst thing to shove a short stack in or get a short stack in with, because you kind of hope you've got 2 live cards and they're a little bit, connected and suited, and who knows what. But up against Tony Ross's queens, always going to be a tough spot. So,
absolutely.
So Stu's trying to fix his internet problems by swearing at it. I'm not sure that's going to actually do any good.
That's how Stu tries to fix most things, isn't it?
I quite like that. It's very solid.
Yeah, it's not the worst way to go about these things. That is for sure. So down to 30 players now in this online day one, just into level 11. As I say, we're playing down to 11 players, so which is 15% of the field, and that will be that for the night. And those 11 players will be in the money. They're going to be guaranteed a min cash at Dusk Till Dawn next weekend. If you're lucky to be one of those.
If you want, I've got a little treat for you. Martin Tyler, right? The commentator, long been considered, thought of, particularly among Liverpool fans, as a Man United die-hard fan, right? Gets a lot of abuse.
Really?
Yeah. And this is this is where this little treat that I've lined up for you is really quite interesting. He gets a lot of abuse from Liverpool fans for being completely pro-United, particularly when Liverpool play United. So the old days of Howard Wilkinson is in Fergie's back pocket and stuff like that. Is it Howard Wilkinson? It's not Howard Wilkinson, is it? The who was the referee?
Howard Webb.
Howard Webb.
Howard Wilkinson was the Leeds United manager at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, Sheffield United manager and England manager, I think.
Wednesday.
That's
It was
right.
Wednesday manager.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Well, so Martin Tyler has this reputation.
Quickly, Ian Witt all in Ace Queen versus Mark Gardner's Ace King.
Oof, no.
And that is going to do for Ian, unfortunately. And we lose another one on this table.
Unlucky Ian. Give it a shot.
I'll jump back to the because Dan Williams has joined this other table over here as well. So we'll keep an eye on this one now for a little bit.
So yes, Tyler has this reputation, and of course you don't necessarily hear it, but this guy's pulled together some videos which I think are quite funny. Let me show you one. Let me give you a sense. This is him pulling off a Martin. So it's a Martin Tyler commentary, and he does some facial expressions right around it. This is Divock Origi scoring against Everton. Tell me what you think.
Tries to get Alexander-Arnold a better angle for the ball in. That's not the daftest thing in the world. It came out to Van Dijk. It's actually led to Origi. That's absolutely amazing. Look at Jurgen Klopp, the daftest derby goal of all time, and it's won the day for Liverpool. And this place has gone berserk.
Would you like to see a Liverpool United one? Yeah, I think so. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's run it.
Managed to get Alexander-Arnold. Mane, they've got runners over. Manchester United cut apart here. Salah for Diaz. All too simple. Good goal to find a pass to Mane. In for Salah. Superb. Liverpool at their very best, and Mo Salah is back on the goal trail again.
Look, let's be clear, this Manchester United team are a waste of space. However, the football that Liverpool have delivered here is absolutely sublime. The quality, that pass from Mane, that touch from Salah, and that finish are world class.
Four forward in red here. Mane! Oh, goodness me. What accuracy. Sadio Mane effortlessly finds the bottom corner, and it's 3-0. Jota, here's Salah, and here is number 4 with the deftest of touches. He picked this game to get his goal-scoring touch back, and that scoring touch in itself was absolutely delightful. 5 at Old Trafford, 4 at Anfield, and still more than 5 minutes to go.
Just any excuse to play a bunch of Liverpool goals, wasn't it? Really? Come on, yeah. Oh dear.
We didn't see any of the goals.
We are 5 to the hour, and I've just switched tables because there is a hand playing out here right on the 5 to the hour break. Simon Brooks got a decision. He's in his time bank. Tim Green is all in for 25 bigs, already 20 bigs in the middle. Simon has got 62 behind and decides to fold in the end. Cracking table this is, so we'll keep this one up as well for once the players come back for the break, because on this table we've got Simon Brooke, Glyn Wellings, Paul Haycock, Dave Howard, Dan Austin, Dwayne Stacey, Pete Wigglesworth, and Tim Green. So yeah,
what is going on here?
Absolutely nuts table. So we'll have that one up for when the players come back for the break. Say it's 5 to the hour, so we'll players will be on a break. We're just gonna I'll give you an update on where we're at on the other 2 comps as well. We're down to 194 runners now in the online championship. As I've said before, it's paying 143, so we're getting down there now, getting close to the money, about 50 off from that. Players, we're actually on the money bubble in the Omaha knockout, down to 42 runners playing top 41 in that. So yeah, see who's going to be. Anyone we know is down near the bottom there. Tony Ross is in 30th, Simon Manning in 29th. But I don't think there's nobody that I recognise that's in deep trouble there. Simon Brooks still going well in the PLO, currently 6th in chips. Yanni is also 9th in chips in that as well. So, and James Rainbow is 10th in chips. Remember James? James played quite a bit, or had a number of results online with us during lockdown. But never quite won one. Took one down, because obviously, James Rainbow, great puntastic headline opportunities, but I never got to do it. So maybe this will be the one.
Bad luck, my friend.
Yeah, maybe this will be the one. So we will see. So yes, John Sibley says in the chat, bubble time in the PLO. Yeah, we are at that point. We're not going to be a million miles off it in the online championship as well, and down to say 29 now in these online day 1. Once it gets to 11, that'll be it for the night. Simon Brooke now down to 6th in chips, but still sat with 63 bigs, which is absolutely plenty. But the field is kind of closing up behind. You just have to look at this table to see that. Say Simon's 6th in chips with the 63 stack. Paul's got 53. Dave Howard's got 55. Dan Housen's 58. Dwayne's got 54. Pete Wigglesworth 53. I mean, yeah, all very, very similar stacks, really.
I just had a break during the break, guys. You were talking about you're doing the Martin Tyler things.
Yeah. I just thought he was funny, because I thought he did this thing of showing disappointment, and suddenly you listen to the commentary and you think, oh, he could have been disappointed. Like, he could have been.
Sure, as a consummate professional. It just made, I think whether it was you, Des, or Leigh, who said it, reminded me of 2014 World Cup final, and they published something with the Premier League representation. So you had all the Dutch players spread across sort of Chelsea and various, there was name in them, and then, you know, whoever was representing from Liverpool, and then Man United representation, Howard Webb.
Yeah.
So just looking at the online championship, so our very own JP is sat there quite nicely on 93rd at the moment. So the 194 players remaining, say top 143 are getting paid. So JP is sat there in 93rd. Richard King is in 99th place at the moment. Alan Armitage, who I mentioned only 10 minutes ago, is in 88th. Brian Yates is 84th at the moment. Who else have we got? The record? Phil Coles, who I said was playing this because it's the only chance he's got to play it. Well, he's currently sat 72nd of the 194 players remaining. So Sarah Cushion dropped a little bit down the leaderboard now, but still in 80th place. So doing quite nicely. And obviously is still 14th in the online day one. So multi-tabling quite nicely, Sarah. Very well done. Glyn Wellings is another one who's multi-tabling nice. He's in 41st in the online championship and is sat at this table we're watching here when the online day one comes back shortly. Let's see if there's anybody else I recognise still in.
Is Ian Witt still in the top 2030, Leigh?
He was top 40 last I looked. He was on the second page last time I was.
There's obviously
Ian is 37th at the moment.
Okay, so still there. He's held it together. Good.
Yeah. So mentioned Richard King, didn't we? Derek Liddell, 119th.
Very good.
I'm assuming that's very much a blast from the past. But,
Scottish Derek, I would have thought so.
Yeah. He's there as well. Tom Bacon's still in that. Matt Cox is still there as well. Alex Montgomery, who's played a number of these events this week, is there. Billy Johnson's still going there. Don Logan has still got chips in this. Jamie Burland has got chips in this. Fabio Sperling, who we saw the other night, take down one of the other events. So yeah, plenty of players. Rob Holworth is still in there as well. So loads to choose from on that. 192. Say JP is one of those. We'll keep an eye on that as we're getting closer. As we're getting creeping towards the payout at 143. So I know players will start focusing on that. Min cash in that tonight is $210, but I'm sure every one of them is focusing on the $12,000 up top. So. Meanwhile, back to the online day one, and this is a cracking table. I don't know whether you obviously been focusing on your game.
I just had a quick look, Leigh. What a table!
Did you just stand in the table? Yeah, it's just a ridiculous table.
I'm not going to say anything because you'll have already covered it. But yeah, what an
we did a once round, but of course, pretty much it's a who's who of APAT legends, pretty much on this table.
How many remain in that, Leigh?
29 remain in that.
We're playing down to 11, yeah.
And 11, it stops at 11. So and we are now just gone 11 o'clock UK time, which is 3 o'clock in the afternoon Las Vegas time, and we're hoping at some point that Natalie Bromley might join us. It could be a case she just literally pops up in the studio, so Des will have to keep an eye out if that is the case. But we'll find out, and we might have Stuart as well. So
hello,
there he is.
Hello, well, we made it. Jesus, wet.
All in a call. It's Ace Queen for Tim. It's Ace King for Paul Haycock, and King just to make good. And Tim is going to bust, unfortunately. And let's say pretty much Paul not far off a double up for Paul there. So now up over to 102 bigs.
Always runs good that boy.
Yeah, that's a massive. And puts Paul up to third in chips now with 28 players remaining. So, just to give you a quick update where we're at, Stu, so you know we're watching the online day one, which starts off with 70 runners. We're down to 28, and at 11 we will stop for the night. It is a who's who of APAT players left in this tournament. Absolutely crazy.
I'm watching. Wow,
this table is mad. And we're keeping an eye on the online championship, which has got 186 runners in. JP still going strong in that one. And we're one off.
He's using the term strong rather loosely, but thanks, Leigh.
Technically would be in the money if you're in a money position at the moment.
That's
So
a tasty hand
good,
here,
isn't it? Yeah.
Leigh. It's Dave Howard against Dan Austin. 17 blinds in the middle.
Come on, Dave Howard.
Bit of a fruity flop. Howard follows through, so to speak.
Excuse me.
Really?
I'm not saying it's a shit hand, but
Some sloppy play.
Anyone
good
but Dave Austin. I mean,
yes. And,
really? Are we anti-railing already, Stu?
absolutely.
We saw skid marks
Dear, oh
there
dear.
from Dan Austin. He thought, yeah, I'm not having that. Dave takes the pot. Just got
It's
a
quite a
triple up.
weird one, actually, because I don't know how often you play an online comp
Don Logan.
where you must have played against the players you're playing online so many times live. Normally, you sit at an online table and you might recognize a few players, but yeah, these guys have pretty much all played against each other for the last decade at live events all over the place. It must be quite a strange one.
I mean, how like Paul and Dan have been involved in a Team Gotham home game is beyond me. But we got Simon, Dave, and Dwayne on the same table.
Yeah, we're watching. There's a few more of them in there because unfortunately, we lost Ian, but Dan Williams is also on another table we've got open, which is a table with Tom Bacon, Scouse, Sarah Cushing is on that one as well. So yeah, it's pretty much whichever table you pick at the moment.
Anyone but Dan Williams, which is also good.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
There's so many people.
He's anti-Dan, isn't he? He does anti-Dan.
Wow,
So,
goodness.
To be fair, I'm also anti-Wiggle Vision, which is
wow.
I think that Haycock is probably my favorite on this table.
You're pretty much criticizing half the show team.
It's great, isn't it? I mean, Tom Bacon took me out the tier event. Well, critically the tier event, so he can get lost as well. This is great. I mean,
how to make friends and influence people by Stuart Ward.
Always.
I'm not buying that book.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, definitely not.
To be fair to Stu, he has always said he is an equal opportunities hater. He doesn't discriminate.
Yeah, I've always been a Glyn Wellings fan, to be honest with you. I mean, let's go, Glyn.
But what do you make of this? Pete Wigglesworth just shoves his 52 bigs in the middle after a raise from Dan.
I mean, it seems
is that just a little bit of a oi?
Mildly ambitious.
I'm not having this. Yeah.
Apparently, threatening to kick my router through the wall worked with the internet, which is always
excellent. Very well done indeed. I mean, playing this online, Dave. Des asked me earlier on. I mean, how would I play it? I mean, from your point of view, guys. I mean, would you have a stack size that you'd want to get through with, or is it just a case of just make the day 2 and worry about Sunday?
I'm
next
week.
How would you
traveling down to Nottingham with anything less than like 30, 40 bigs.
So you'd be looking to want to end today with about 30 or 40 bigs.
Well, but at least if I got down to if I had to drive down to Nottingham with 30 or 40 bigs, I'd be very upset with myself.
Yeah.
You want like, I mean, average stack's probably going to be about 35, 40 bigs, I think.
We would expect it to be about 33.
Yeah, so I'd want to get down. I'd go down there with like 30 bigs, I think, minimum, personally. Like, if I was just playing to like play, I'd want to go down there with about 30 at the very minimum. I mean, Haycock sat there on 100 bigs now. Look at him.
Yeah, and he's only third in chips. Jamie Glover, who's just joined this table, is chip leader.
Go on, Jamie.
He's got just over 1 million chips.
Okay, now that's excessive. We're going to call that excessive. 200
bigs. Bear in mind, we're going to probably, we reckon we're going to go to about level 17, probably, which would be, what's that going to be? 4 times the blinds at the moment. So technically speaking, yeah, if Jamie could keep this stack now till when we finish, he'd end with about 50 bigs.
That's a big old stack.
Yeah. But obviously he's got the stack here now to try and do a lot more damage and grab a few more chips along the way.
I mean, Haycock couldn't even beat me in a geography quiz, so
no, he is never going to live that down.
Oh, you're damn right he's not. Oh,
I
you're
think,
damn right.
I think he's resigned the captaincy, Stu. I think he's quit. I think he's
He
done.
probably should do. He should have just resigned from
recluse.
poker.
Poker's
What was his
life.
words? Oh, let's do geography. I'll smash him at that, I think, was what he said. Then
Yeah, it was something along those lines. You were you did rather well, considering you said you didn't think you would. You actually
Uganda
did quite well.
was an absolute blinder. It was phenomenal.
Listen, we've got Chris Webber out there asking the difficult questions
Oh,
tonight.
here he comes.
Does Pete have a total inability to play post flop? I think that was the what we might call the overshove.
Okay, can I answer that question?
I'm nearly afraid to say yes to give you permission, but
I think it's just a case that I think on this table perhaps he doesn't want to.
Oh,
It's not that he can't, he just doesn't want to.
I think he just wanted to send a message, right? It was a calculated message. What do you think, Stu?
yes.
Oh, it's very unkind.
Oh, sad news, guys. Sad news.
What's that?
We've just lost Kevin O'Hanlon in
Oh,
26.
Kev.
Unlucky.
Unlucky to you, Kev. And Rob Holworth bust as well in 28th, unfortunately. So we're down to 25 players now. Short stacks are Mark Williams and Triplin at the moment. The shortest two with Dan Williams and Jason Kemp just above that. And Bash Mahmood, I recognise that name. Bashrat Mahmood.
I do as well.
I'm sure he's played APATs previously.
So Chris has gone back and said, it's about the fifth time he's jammed infinite over an open. So, obviously Chris has been looking at this much more closely than I have. Maybe no surprise there. Mr.
Or then the
Haycock
call.
says,
It's ace jack versus nines. Ace jack at risk. Ace on the board. Needs to avoid a queen. Queen, a 9 even. saw the queen hit. Yeah. That's why I said it.
That never runs good. Never.
No, and Dan doubles up through Dwayne and leaves Dwayne down to about 5 bigs, unfortunately. Dwayne.
Unlucky Dwayne.
Natalie's just tagged out.
Paul Haycock showing his international relations qualifications here. I'm never going to Austria again. Stupid, sparsely populated. Beep. I think that's to do with
we've just had the
geography.
message to say Natalie in Vegas. Natalie has tagged Adam in to the WSOP.
I mean, it's a wise move, to be honest with you. I mean, why is it taking this long, Natalie? I mean.
So that hopefully means we're going to have a quick call from Natalie at some point in the next 5-10 minutes or so. Dwayne's all in, gets a caller from Simon Brooke of all people. 9-8 for Dwayne, and there's an option.
8
and it doesn't get there.
There's no option,
and we're going to lose. We're going to lose Dwayne. Had a chance at a runner for a straight there, but it wasn't to be.
Losing Dwayne to Simon Brooke is the worst deal anyone's been given.
So we're down to 23 players now. This is going quite steady here. As we say, we're creeping down to that 11th place, and at that point we will stop for the night. We might not even get to the kind of 16, 17 level, which Mr. Brady thought we would. It could well be we're done before then. We will see how this plays out.
I see that Mr. Haycock has sat out.
Is he sat out or just being very passive?
Oh, he's in chat. I'm just trying to goad him, to be honest with you.
Oh, right. Okay, fine. Fair enough. I mean, it's very difficult because you're now down to say we've got pretty much need to lose half the field remaining. So if you're already now up around the sort of the 100 bigs mark, to a certain extent you kind of go, can we just stop now, please? This make the money, and 100 bigs is stacks, isn't it? To be doing damage with on a day 2 at Dusk Till Dawn next Sunday.
Listen, Leigh, while Simon Lawler is asleep, John Murray is in fact the Oracle, and he reminds us that Bash was in the top 3 of APAT Cardiff a few years ago. So, well remembered,
I recognise the name. Well done, John.
And I have to say, you just have to compliment John. The work that he's doing across in the fantasy poker group for the World Series of Poker is outstanding. I mean, some of the commentary, some of the stuff that he's writing is very, very funny, very, very good. So, if you're not across that, do find that group, click in and read some of those updates every morning. They're very, very good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Quick update on the online championship. We are down to 162 players now. We're paying top 143. The bubbles burst in the PLO, so we're in the money there now.
Yeah. Peter Wigglesworth has re-raised Chris Webber. So he says, sufficient to say, I had a strong hand with AX suited generally ahead of Dan's range. Play for stacks or maintain my position. As it happens, the flop was AAX. Could have maybe developed a few more chips. So he was trying to sucker Dan in, I think is what he's trying to say there.
Well, Dan is multi-tabling tonight. He's on the table watching here. He's also, he's actually just bust the online championship. I was going to say he's the short stack on that with 161, but he has just bust, unfortunately. So Dan can focus a bit more on this one now. Not that he's not capable of multi-tabling 20 tables on a Sunday night.
Listen, Lee, the good news there is that I think that guarantees that we get Dan tomorrow night, right?
I think we'd have got Dan anyway, but because he's good like that. But we just won't have the we won't have the submarine noises. That's the only thing we'll be missing. So. There's plenty of players that are still in more than one event tonight. I'm just looking. Simon Brook is in the Omaha, currently sat 12th of the 36 players remaining in that, and there's obviously on this table here. Meanwhile, his big plan being raised up a little bit by Dan Houston, but Simon not interested and gets that one through. So Simon was one of the early chip leaders in this. Now, still 36 bigs is still plenty.
Guess the poster, guys. If I was ever having a fivesome, would be this. Evening, gents. Lovely to see you all. Can only be the lovely TC.
Good evening to you, Phil. Hope Vegas was all you hoped it would be, and I think you did LA as well, or you were planning on doing that.
No, he didn't. Well, he went to LA, and then ask Phil how his flight home, like how his journey home was.
His journey home was fine because he was being sensible. His flight was delayed, and then he just got on the next available flight and got home.
Did what he had to do.
Yeah, did what was necessary.
The equally lovely Kev O'Hanlon is out there, and he said went out to pocket aces against two clubs plus two clubs on the flop, shoved all in case he was flush, and he called and hit the flush in the river. So Kev was well ahead, but Mr. 33% or whatever managed to score on the river. Fair enough. These things happen.
So Kev shoved all over the flop with his flush draw in case the other guy had a flush draw.
Yeah, I think that's the way it worked.
Like
yeah.
Listen, guys, we've got to stop you for a second. We have one very special guest dialing in all the way from Vegas, Natalie. Say hello. Hello, Natalie.
She is.
Hello.
Oh, so good to see you.
Yeah.
Tell us, where are you?
I am currently in Paris, Valley side at the just tagged out of the tag team event. I just had a really brutal hand just before I left, so I just tagged Mr. Bromley back in with like a 7k stack down from 20k. So I was like,
good work.
Honestly, Gov, I got to make this call.
I'm like, you need to tag back in. I've got somewhere to be, and I'm like, sorry. It's like, what the hell is this? I'm like,
for better or worse, right?
Oh, how's the jet lag, Natalie? How are you feeling?
I'm not too bad, to be honest. I was struggling last night, but I got to bed at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, thinking, great, I'll sleep through. And obviously at 4 a.m. this morning, I was wide awake. For God's sake, and then I got back to sleep. Yeah, I got back to sleep for probably about 5:30, and then 9 o'clock, dead to the world, couldn't get out of bed. I was like, no, let me sleep for a year. But yeah, it's all right at the moment. It's not too bad. So yeah, it's good. So I'm going to turn my front camera on. So I'm going to try and see if I can show everybody.
Oh, super. Let's do it.
Not my front camera, the back one. Right. See if this works. I'm going to take you on a little tour. So this is the size of the new rooms. It's really, really weird actually not being at the Rio, but it kind of has the same feel of the Rio as well. So this is literally the size of the room. It's not the greatest filming. My hand's a little bit shaky. I'm a little bit worried that I'm either massively jet lagged, or maybe I need more rum. We'll see. That's actually a bit early in the day for rum.
Always rum.
More rum.
Always rum.
So...
Rum tum tum.
Yeah, so it is. It's
that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really nice. It is really nice, and it's there's a funny atmosphere here actually, and I think I've mentioned this before. I don't know whether it's just giddiness because people have missed like a couple of years of World Series, but like there seems to be a lot of people just angry at everybody else, and everybody's getting annoyed at dealers and annoyed at everybody and annoyed at the world. And there's a lot of people like really punting it off. So like just like playing uber aggressively and then like busting tournaments and then just super late regging, like bombing off to another tournament and super late regging another 1K or. And I'm just like, guys, have we all forgotten over lockdown? This is a patience game. So
how many chips you got left, Natalie?
Touche, my friend. That is one of the rules in life is that Stuart Ward will always get you. He never forgets. He never forgets. But yeah, but it's good.
So Natalie, look, let's have a talk about the tag team event. How long does this go on for? Is this a 2-day event or a 3-day?
I think it's 3. I think most bracelet events are 3-day events.
So what's the plan today? Obviously, we try and stay in. We're going to be a little bit short now. Try and stay in. But what if we exit, right? And we're going to exit a couple during the week. What if we exit? What's the plan for the rest of today? Do we play more poker?
The rest of today, I think if we bust this relatively earlier, there's like a veterans game, a bit like the 1-for-1 job. It's almost like a charity game where like 40% of the prize pool goes towards like veteran support funds. Nice. So that's quite a nice tournament. So we might play that.
So when you said to Brendan, is that the veterans? I thought you were having a dig at the fact that Brendan's old.
No.
Oh right. No, you actually meant a genuine veterans game. Oh right, okay, I get it now. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, no, poor Brendan. Yeah, I'm not having a dig at his age, but yeah.
Brendan is old though, right?
He's really old.
Really
old.
To be fair.
Very old.
Yeah. So no, it's like a military event for stuff. So yeah.
No, I like the thought of that.
So yeah, but I think to be honest, the schedule for the rest of this week is pretty heavy. So I think if we do bus this early, we might take the opportunity to have something nice to eat and go around the pool. Although I don't know if I'm going to go outside. I did take the mickey out of Stu last week about being a wimp with the sunshine, but my God, I might not if I go outside. Oh my days. It's like it's a different level of heat. It's not even funny.
Have you got the fire warning going on? Oh.
Yeah.
Fire weather.
Yeah, and telling us all to stay inside.
Wow.
So I'm like, yeah, okay. But yeah, and my skin's made out of marshmallow, so I'm literally my
Natalie, do you want some APAT news?
Yes, always.
So you know that big tournament that you were missing, the $75,000 guarantee one that we were. I was a bit nervy about.
It's now $10,000 guaranteed.
Yeah. 79,000 in the prize pool. $12,000 up. 12 grand up top.
Oh, guys, congratulations! That's superb news. Well done. Do you know what? The APAT community is the best, isn't it? It's just the absolute best.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah.
Yeah, what a team.
Not bad.
There's only one person currently on this broadcast who can win that. I mean, some would say there's no people on this broadcast.
JP's still in.
Somehow.
It's nearly money bubble, and JP's in. Yeah.
Come on,
I can't
JP.
believe it, Natalie. You were
Come on, Gandalf.
Natalie was sat with us here just a few days ago, and now look, she's there walking around Vegas, playing in the World Series of Poker. That is super, super cool.
Avoiding the sun.
Avoiding the sun. Keep well hydrated, Natalie, right? You know what I mean,
I
right?
will.
Keep well hydrated.
Drink loads of rum and get Ubers.
And
one of you on this call I will take the advice of, the other one I shall ignore.
Ignore Des. He lies to you and gives you shit advice.
Yeah, I'm far too sensible, Natalie, for this crew.
Stuart
Ward,
I have a bone to pick with you.
What now? What have I done?
I have 2 bones to pick with you actually. So being committed as I am to the show and being supportive, I couldn't watch the show live on Thursday night because I was out somewhere. So I watched it Friday morning. And really, Norwich and Watford, the only chances of promotion from League One. And also not a net dissing the Warriors. Oh, hang on, I'm losing my headphones here. And also dissing the Warriors. I'm like, I'm not even on the show. I'm getting abuse from Stuart Ward. What's going on here?
Look right.
On the Norwich Watford thing. On the Norwich Watford thing, he's right there.
Yeah, and also I was in Vegas and I had to see Steph Curry's smug face for like about 6 days after like they won the thing, and I was just like, I'm bored of him.
Look, Natalie,
they won that thingy.
Natalie,
somebody's
you know the thingy that they won, Natalie. Yeah, you know
yeah,
the
that
thingy
some
won.
game,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
thingy, that thingy.
Yeah.
You know, like Steph Curry is one of the greatest athletes of all time. I think he's allowed to be smug.
As am I, but I'm not smug.
Listen, Natalie, we just pulled up a table for the competition we're following tonight, and Stu started by saying that guy in seat number 1, I hate him. Right, that guy in seat number 2, he's shit. And we went all the way around, so it's nothing personal. He generally just dislikes nearly everybody, including us. So we just put up with him. For
I
the
didn't
amusement
say
factor.
hate. I didn't say hate. I just wanted.
No, but you did say
Wigglesworth to
shit.
lose.
I'm sure you did.
Did I?
That's my neighbour you're dissing.
I think so.
The APAT community is like the worst siblings in the world. Like everyone just trash talks everybody else, but there's so much love there as well. It literally is. It's like a massive sibling family. It's
So
crazy.
what's the plan? What's the plan with the tag team now? Are you? Is the idea? Does Adams play now until the stack's gone, or he doubles up and then tags you back in? Or you
set him up.
Levels. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, I daren't ask that question right now, to be honest. I think the original idea was that we were going to play 2 levels each. It's an hour clock, so we were going to play 2 levels each, but then try and straddle the levels so each one got half an hour of each level rather than having to go in at a new level. But given that I was a little bit tilted with losing that horrible hand, that car crash of a hand just before I came out, I've just said to Adam, just stay in and try and spin it up, and then we'll take it from there.
How many chips did you lose in that?
So I started the hand with 21k, so I'd gone 1k over starting stack, and I'd opened the button. I'd raised the button. Did I open the button? Yeah, I think I opened the button with 6, 7 of spades. Nice. Small blind flattered and big blind came in as well. The flop came down 4, 5, 6 rainbow. Check, bet, call, fold. The turn brought a king. I slowed down a bit and went check. And the river brought a second 6. So it was 4, 5, 6, king 6. No flush out there. And the guy led out with quite a big bet. And I tanked for ages, and I was like he only called from the small blinds. I'm like, does he really have like 7, 8 here? I've got a 7 anyway. And I'm like 3, 4, like 2, 3. That might make sense. So I've just been attacked by a dog in the middle of the place. Sorry, I lost the train of thought. This is a weird. The World Series is a weird place. I was just talking on the phone, and this dog came and literally just
the greatest update Fred I've seen in my life.
In my hip. Oh, this is crazy. So yeah, I tanked for ages, and I was like, I guess he could have pocket 4s. I think the more I'm beating myself up about it, I think it's maybe a fold, but I just couldn't find the fold, and I called. And it made like a 10k bet on the river, which was quite a big over bet. He had king 6, so I was like, oh my god. So, but then kind of like beating myself up a bit, I'm like, well, he could easily have pocket 4s there. He could have 2, 3 and have flopped the straight. But then I'm like, do I not know about? But I suppose he doesn't.
You had trips, yeah.
Yeah, so I had 6, 7 on a 4, 5 on a 4, 5, 6 king 6 hand rainbow. I'm like, I'm thinking it's not got 7, 8. I've got a 7 blocker anyway. I'm like, could he just have a king and be massively? Could it be a complete bluff trying to steal the pot? And I'm just like, I just thought for ages, and I'm like, really? I think the only hands I need to be worried about are 2, 3, and pocket 4s probably. Obviously can't have 6s.
And king 6.
And obviously king 6 I didn't see, which is unfortunate really when you're deciding whether you're going to fold or not. But
you're better than this.
So are you planning? Are you going to meet up or try and find Brendan at some point?
Yeah,
say hi to him? I know he
is. It's just
Stuart Oliver's out there as well.
Stuart Oliver's out there, so I'm going to find both of them, and Diver's still in the Colossus as well, and Swifty. And
find Shuggy's currently like balls deep in
guys. Okay, Kelly Minkin's just walked in, and I'm fangirling massively.
Who?
Oh, she's so cool.
Let's all go and have a chat with her.
Yeah.
Get her on.
Let's not do that. I might get arrested for that.
Apparently, I'm the only person who has no idea who you're on about.
No, I didn't know this.
Thank you, JP.
You can Google her after this, and she's pretty badass. She's pretty cool. So yeah, and I think Katie's in the veterans event as well with Brendan, and a couple of friends are here as well. So I'm going to leave Adam to go and increase our stack again, and I'm going to go on a friend hunt and go and find everybody.
Fantastic.
And then
that's a wise thing to do.
Well, if you do see our Shug, give him a hug for us, because the Shug, of course, made the top 100 of the seniors event. Do you have your ITIN number sorted, Natalie?
Yes, I do.
Good gal.
I have.
Perfect. Perfect.
We've both been very, very lucky to have cashed sufficiently. That's a lovely setup for brag is that, Des. Thank you.
That's really nice.
I finally dug mine out this afternoon after the Shug thing. Thought I must dig it out and find it, and I found it in a pile of paperwork along with an old £10 note and an old £20 note. So that shows you how long it is since I've even dug that paperwork out.
Too much money, my friend.
Blimey.
Hey, I'll tell you what,
there's Leigh being like absolutely.
If you happen to bump into Shug in the next hour,
get him on the show.
Dial back in.
Could
you do that? If you find him in the next hour, dial back into the show because we'd love to have a quick chat with him if he's up for it.
I'll find him.
Sweet.
I'll find him.
Smashing. We'll leave you to it then, I guess.
Thank you, Natalie.
Take care. Stay safe.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, there we go, guys. Natalie.
What a treat.
What a superstar.
Absolutely fantastic.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Let me give you an update where we are with the poker. There's been a few move arounding chip wise. Great call from Simon Brooke in a hand against Jamie Glover, where Jamie made a river bet with ace-8, and Simon had jacks and decided made the right call. We're down to 20 in that now, so we're getting close to
how are you
two tables
that at the same time as talking to Natalie?
Top guy.
I'm watching two tables at the same time as talking to Natalie. Well, we were all talking to Natalie, weren't we? So
I've got like the APAT like kind of show screen that we're on one screen, and then the Facebook group on the other one.
I've probably got a couple more screens then.
We've been through this with you with your 4 screen, haven't we?
Yeah, Leigh is actually sat there in an outside broadcast truck. It just looks like a library, but actually it's a truck.
Feel like that at
He's got
times.
a green
it really
screen
does.
behind him with the
Yeah. So we're down to 20 anyway. So we're playing down to 11. So we're 20 at the moment. So it's starting to get a little bit interesting. In the online championship, we're down to 147.
It's really slowed down, Leigh. It feels like we've lost about 5 players in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, as Glyn Wellings gets a double up through Jamie Glover there with the pocket kings. We're obviously 143 is the magic number in that. So we need to lose another 4 in that, and then their players will be in the money. What do you stack wise now, JP?
26 bigs, so 531, 58.
Oh, plenty. Yeah.
Cover everybody on my table except one. There's a guy who's got a decent amount.
Okay.
What game are you playing, JP?
The APAT, what we call it, the online main.
The online championship. Yeah.
Let's go. Didn't know you could play Hold'em.
So the PLO is now.
There's no stud at the World this year. I had to learn how to play this Hold'em nonsense.
JP's just sat there trying to play horse.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the other 3 cards?
It's working well. I mean, we're worried about it.
Leigh, can we do the quiz while JP's distracted?
So it's a good
you want to do another quiz?
Let's do it.
I'm the reign defending APAT team show quiz champion. Thank you.
I was a bit annoyed when I was on the other night that you played all the Turbo Millionaire bloopers, but you didn't mention who had the record for the best Turbo Millionaire performance.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will get the APAT show penalty shootout quiz ready to go. What we'll do is we half past now, so we're going to be certainly going in past midnight. So when it gets to 5 to the hour and JP's on a break.
Perfect.
That's a fair time. We'll try and squeeze a quick penalty shootout in, as long as if you can.
JP, you didn't know that I smacked Haycock all over the place last
night. I listened to it earlier today. Yeah,
literally just like it was just like. Oh, I'll take you on at geography. Yeah, get wrecked.
Oh, we've done it. We've burst the bubble, Leigh.
And it's gone. Yeah, that happened quite quickly, didn't it? Went from 147 down to 142 in the space of about a minute or two. So well done to everybody. But most importantly, JP
Thank you.
in the cash.
Well done, JP.
Congratulations for your first family, cash in 25 years.
Yeah, absolutely. First Hold'em cash ever.
Your bearded, by the way, is coming along fantastically well.
Yeah, I was supposed to
again. Let me give a couple of shout outs for those that also have cash. Derek Liddle is in the money.
On my table.
Brian Yates, Billy Johnson is there. Danny Weaver, Sarah Cushion is in the money. So well done to you. Who else we got? Neil Irving's in the money. Dirk Wheel, who was in an event earlier on this week. Well done to you. Don Logan. Don Logan's in the money. Well done, Don. He had a triple up earlier on, he mentioned. So well done to him. It is moving around a bit, so I might miss some people here. But Richard King is in the money. as well. Tom Sim is in the money. Getting to the top 3 pages now. Ben Burnhill in 45th place.
Well done, son.
Well done. Well done. Paul Pab is in the money. Glyn Wellings is in the money as well. Ricky Buckland has also made the cash, as has Jason Sims. JP Round is in the money. Well done to JP, wherever you are. Ian Witt has made the cash as well. Ken Clark. It's all politics, isn't it? Dominic. Who else we got? For the final top page, is there anyone I recognise on that top page at the moment? No, I don't think there is actually. So loads of APATers, but not with the biggest stacks at the moment. So we'll see what they can do now. Now we're in the money.
I can see did his little face glowing with pride that Ben's made the.
I'm very pleased. Very pleased. He's the first of the family that showed prowess at the game.
True. Didn't get caught wearing pants, basically. That's your
well, and also repping Scotland this week as well, as captain. I want to say
is Ben captain?
Yeah.
As he that is long overdue. Long overdue.
Yeah. So,
if I may say.
So, and he's supposed to, I think Blair. He's Blair Masters, who people might remember from. Played a couple of APATs a few years ago, and I know he was out on a Vegas trip with us as well with Grosvenor as well. Blair's a really nice guy, and so he's in the team. So looking forward to that. Bit of a shake around with some of the teams actually this year for the team event. Some nice to see some new faces playing. Mix is a completely brand new guy playing for Wales this year. I know the Dutch team have had to shake it up a little bit because of commitments, so Stefan's had to change it around a little bit as well.
And New England captain from the last 15 years.
He's been England captain for a while now, isn't he? Yeah. Really? Maybe we should change it. Is it too late to change it?
I think change it.
Yeah.
Kick him out. Kick him out. I've had enough of this Haycock captain.
I think nonsense. Tom Clark deserves.
No, you couldn't kick Paul out. He spent far too long on his spreadsheet. Honestly, you'd see a grown man cry.
You say this, but I would enjoy doing it.
I said that, guys. He hates everyone. Wow. I said it.
Doesn't got no time for anybody. Well,
I quite talking like to Paul, JP, actually, to be honest with you.
Paul is currently third. Paul is now currently third of the 19 players remaining in this hand with Jamie Glover. Jamie Glover had a huge stack of chips.
It feels like Jamie Glover's doing this, and he is punting chips all over the place.
Paul probably is not enjoying that little ace on the end there.
No, probably not. Chip leader at the moment now is Dan Houston, who is on this table we're watching.
That's more upsetting than anything else.
Yeah. So Dan absolutely flying. Triplin is up to fourth on the
we like that.
We like that as well. So
everyone likes Triplin doing well.
Imagine
Tom Bacon 8th, Dave Howard is 9th, Simon Brook 11th, Pete Wigglesworth 12th. So still plenty of names in this.
Top 11 go through, yeah.
Top 11. Well, we stopped playing at 11.
Stop it now. Cut it off.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Dan opening day 2 at DTD with the equivalent of 200 big blinds or something? I mean, that would be a challenge.
Definitely, yeah.
Challenge for his table, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Be a huge challenge.
I don't know. It'd be hilarious to see him go out in 230 seconds.
I don't think he's going to dust off 200 big blinds.
Stu, what has he ever done to you? Honestly,
I've played against Dan before, and he's a pain in the ass.
He's a good player.
Oh, yeah, he's a very good player, but he's a pain in the ass.
Because he's a good player. Yeah, yep. I get it.
He has a really interesting view on the game. You could just sit and listen to him talking about hands and stuff like that.
He doesn't like watching.
Super interesting.
The table with big blinds as the stacks that you look at.
Apart from that, that's the only thing you can really quiz. What we should say is we haven't yet congratulated JP on his $4.17 pay jump.
Big boy.
Don't spend it all at once, JP.
Let's not drink that.
That's
at least half a beer in Reading. Let's go.
I was going to say that's not even going to get you a whole craft beer, is it? Really? I mean, let's be honest.
Took a bit of a hit. Doubling up our friend Derek Little, who's all in again.
Okay.
Oops.
I think he's. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm more bothered with the fact that JP appears to be growing his beard again.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Down to 30 in the pot limit Omaha, so that's well in the money. Yanni is 5th in chips in that one at the moment. John Sibley's also got stacked there. He's 10th at the moment. Chris Webber is 9th.
Let's go, Webber.
So again, plenty of players doing well in the Omaha tonight.
I like Chris Webber. Chris Webber is a fantastic person.
Yeah.
On one of the other tables, we're going to lose Sarah Cushing. She departs, unfortunately, in 19th place, Queen 4 against the Ace 10 of Kwang. So we are down to 18 players, which means we're down to 2 tables now.
And we've got one Steve Bailiff on the table now. Nope.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna bring up. So I've got both tables up and running, and I will flick between the two if there's anything exciting happens on either or. Down to 17. We lost another one very quickly. Who went there in 18th place after Sarah went? Oh, Bash went. Bash Mahmood went in 18th. So we're down to 17 players now.
Does this do the players know when this finishes, Leigh, or you know, if you're on one of these final 2 tables here, how are you going to know exactly when the clock will stop?
Because you don't know when the clock is going to stop, but in the lobby, it makes it very, very clear that day 1 ends when 11 players remain.
So it does physically say 11.
That is awful.
Got it.
It says that, so that is the deal. So if they've got any sense now, they've probably got the other table up as well.
Yeah,
and they can see exactly what's going on and keep an eye on it.
Did we all just see how Simon exited?
Talk it. I wasn't. I was just looking to confirm.
He had aces against King 5 that rivered their 2 pair.
Who had the King 5?
I don't know actually. I wasn't paying that much attention. I think it was Jamie Glover.
Okay. Steve Bailiff is all in with 9s against the deuces of Kwang. It's the 9s that are at risk.
Go on, Scouse.
And he's going to get a double up. Puts him back up to just shy of 20 bigs.
Played. John Sibley asks a question, young man. Why is the PLO finishing on level 21 tonight and not level 26 like every other night?
All of the pot limit has finished on level 21 all week. It's the way the structures are, so they've all finished on that on level 21.
Leigh, the way you answered that, it almost needed a "so there" on the end.
It did. Wow.
Yeah.
Jer Jr. has joined us as well with a bonjour. Nice to see you, a young fella. Hope you're well. Yeah, hope you're well.
Now, he's somebody that I will be sending a T-shirt to at some point.
I think so. Do you have it? Come on, let's do the shirt. Let's do it, Leigh.
You want to see the shirt?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Show Jer what we've. Although I worry that actually more people want it than I've actually ordered, and that's the only problem I've got.
What did you expect, Leigh, to be honest?
Yeah.
So there you go, your own very special NFL Drink Responsibly APAT T-shirt.
I don't know whether I should quickly try and see if I can order a bunch more of those, but that particular design
you might need a few
for next week. Yeah. Whether I can get that through in time, I'm not sure that we'll be able to, but I will happily take orders and send them on if anybody does.
I mean, if we're successful in an application for the next year's team event, that's got to be the uniform, hasn't it?
It makes sense. You know it does. Phil TC.
Meanwhile, on the other table, Ace King versus Ace Queen. It's the Ace King of Dan Williams at risk, and he's going to get a double up through Bihouse.
Slug.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, look. Oh, Phil TC is telling us that the tourney finished on level 3 for some. So it didn't go all the way to 21 or 26. Finished on 3. That makes sense. Young Jer says, Jer Jr., that's amazing. Yeah, he likes that T-shirt. Why wouldn't you?
Drink irresponsibly, always.
Yeah, you did make a typo on that, Leigh. Got to be drink irresponsible.
The responsible bit of the drinking, is no fucking lime. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
okay.
That's the responsible bit. You've got to get the level for it. The responsible bit of the drinking is the NFL bit. Yeah. Other than that, anything goes. Yeah.
Leigh, do we do it again? We've played it twice already this week when you've showed the T-shirt. Do we do it? We do the little remembrance? I think we've got to do
Put it on.
Let's do it.
Put it on.
This is a song of drinking. And for a drink, it will be sung. And I'll sing it right, and I'll say goodnight. Unless they're serving another one.
There we go, remembering the big man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm sure that Wee Man has seen that look probably a few more times than I have.
Probably has.
Literally, it's a look that scorches straight into what is left of my soul.
Oh, it's all in the call. And it's Paul
there's
Simon
Haycock again
with the Queens against Jamie Glover's ace-8. And we said Jamie had been, doubled a few players up, lost a bunch of chips, and was desperately trying to get that stack back. And Paul has added quite nicely. And we're down to 15 now. We're only 4 away.
Can we call Mr. Haycock Garfunkel from now on?
We certainly can. We can
just want to call him Garfunkel.
Yeah. Anything we want to. If Garfunkel is what you want to call him, that's okay. Meanwhile,
I'll tell you what. It's interesting. We're getting to the point now. We'd say 15 players left. The likes of Dan and Paul and Glyn Wellings and Winston Jones. You don't really want to. Do you want to play much more here? Glyn Wellings has got 56 bigs, similar amount to Tom Bacon actually. You'd be happy with that, wouldn't you guys?
Well, it depends what it's going to be the next kind of day. It's like I say, it's like I don't want to go. Yeah, I'd be happy with it, but if I've got a hand where I can go down and not go more than that, then yeah. If I'm sat there with Scousers 18.1 big blinds, then I'm probably not over the moon.
Yeah.
I'll be.
I see what Jez saying. I think you just brought that up then, Desmond. That look still makes me feel like I've done something wrong. Yeah.
Yep. That's what I said yesterday, wasn't it? It's like he just sat there, it's like just looking at you.
Very good, yeah. Well, you've just said something stupid. Yeah. That's it.
Well, we know he'd have been with us next week, issuing all sorts of different looks. Yeah. Dan Williams, meanwhile, I have been slugging it all night. It's working so far. Keep it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyone that is just joining, we're watching the day one of online for the main event at Dusk Till Dawn next week. 70 players started this. We're down to 15. Once we get to 11, we stop for the night. They've got to bag up their chips and bring them back to Dusk Till Dawn next Sunday for the live day 2. So 4 more bust outs, and that will be that.
Phil TC, missed you both in Vegas so much, wee man. Massive miss. Phil TC. Of course.
He never speaks about me that highly. I was in Vegas with the arsehole.
How could he miss you, Stu? You were there.
It's all there.
Oh,
acting all hurt. He never talks about me that way. The arsehole.
I told you. He hates everyone.
Oh dear. Poor Stu.
Yeah, what are you doing, Phil? I'm sitting by the pool again, looking like E.T.
He did look a little like E.T. on the bike. He did.
Our friend Derek Little has had a lovely comeback in this. He's on my table. We both got moved together. He was at 5 bigs at one point. He's now on 28.5. Good luck to him.
Oh, very nice indeed. Yeah, very nice indeed.
Oh, Wiggles was clinging on here. Come on, son. You got to do the APAT show proud. They'll be busting out.
So Paul's shoved back over the top of Dave Howard here.
Oh, wow. That's a big boy shove, isn't it?
It is. Let's bring it, get it up on the screen. There you go.
Oh, my.
And, oh, wow. Oh, and Dave, very unlucky there. Hit middle pair with a up and down flush, up and down straight draw, sorry. And Paul hit top pair and it held. And we say goodbye to Dave Howard.
Former champ, Leigh, former champ.
And former champ, but I know Dave will be back at Dusk Till Dawn for another go at this later on the week, plus a number of other events. Looking forward to catching up with Dave in Nottingham. So we're down to 14, and Paul is now chip leader, just a little bit ahead of Dan Austin.
Well, of course he is.
Going really well for you, Stu, isn't it? You're really happy with this, aren't you? So,
yeah, he might be chip leading the poker, but he can't win a quiz, can he? So.
Listen, guys, serious question. If you're Scouse here, 16 blinds, how are you playing? How are you playing this? Are you looking to survive?
Yeah, I'm guessing that Scouse is interested in playing another buy-in down there anyway. I am not going down to Nottingham with 16 big blinds.
That's what I was going to say. It comes about knowing the player and what they want to do, and I would imagine from Steve's point of view, he's looking for an opportunity to get it, but he's not just going to do it crazily, because he's actually He's a far more solid player than perhaps people think. I think
Isn't
there's an assumption that he's super aggro, and actually he's not. He's very clever about the way he plays his poker, so he's not going to do anything too silly. But I don't think he's going to want to be coming back on day 2 with 16 bigs.
So what? 3 off the day 2.
Yeah, 3 more exits. We've got
there.
there.
Sat there with 16 bigs. It's like, well, if you're going down there anyway, what's the point?
Yeah, but you say that, but you've gone this far in this day 1, and there's still a few more exits. You might start shoving it if there's only one more bust out and you're wanting to try and build a stack and see what you can do. What would be comfortable if he could get 1 double up and he got to 32 bigs?
Yeah,
you'd probably take that into a day 2, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
It's not a million miles away. He's not down sat on 5 or 6 bigs here. This is and none of them are because the short stack, which is Bihau, is on the other table. Who's got 14 bigs? Yeah, so that's the shortest stack at the moment.
Also, if you're down there for the series, you just reg the PLO at 7 o'clock or whatever else it is, and then you come along and you punt your 16 bigs in early. And if it doesn't go to plan, then right, I've got a few hours to kill.
Yeah. On the other table, it's Ace King versus Ace Jack versus Queen 8, and the hearts have hit for Bihau. Our short stack's going to get a double, and we're going to lose Pete Wigglesworth in all of that melee as well. Yeah, Pete's gone as well. So we're down to 13, and we lose Pete Wigglesworth. And now Scouse is the short stack with 16 bigs. The shortest stack on the other table is Mark Gardner that just doubled up. And we're going to be playing hand for hand, I think now. As we're 2 off the end of the.
The point you got as Scouse says, you've got old David Alston to your left, who's going to call you off with anything.
Yeah, but that can work for you, right?
Could well do. 2 of the shorter stacks in a hand here. Grant Saunders and Mark Gardner. 6 bigs in the middle, just a little bit.
Yeah, they were never getting in there.
Yeah. So we need 2 more exits, basically, guys, and that will be it for the night. This is I say, for those that decided to have a punt at this. I know the likes of maybe I shouldn't say who I know is. It's their only shot. Maybe that's not a fair thing to say.
Yeah, you leave Dan Williams alone.
Because there are people that I know. This is their only bullet. So, but it is hand for hand now. So we'll keep an eye on both of them. And I'll flick between the tables as this plays out. Meanwhile, JP laddering up nicely in the online championship. Min cash now for those 97 remaining is $233.
Wow. Sweet.
All going along nicely.
Biggest cash for a while, JP. Well done.
Doubled up the big blind with his 1.8 big blind stack. So he then had 3.6 after that. Plus whatever else was going on.
You absolute whale.
Getting it quietly.
So on we go. Stick with table Austin for a minute, but if there's any action on the other table, I will flick across. Now it's folded all the way around on the other table to Winston Jones picking up the blinds.
Billy Johnston has gone Costa.
Michael.
Billy Johnston out in 101st in the online main. Well, unlucky Billy. Good effort, sir.
Yeah, just lost Derek Liddell in 99th as well.
Yeah, it was a bit harsh. He did the right thing. He shoved after an open with Ace King suited. And the big blind call with 8.
All in the call on the other table. Ace 10 versus Ace 9. It's the Ace 9 at risk. And we're going to lose Grant Saunders. So in 13th place, which means 1 more exit. And that's going to be it. Hand building back on the other table with Paul and Michael. Michael's got a decent stack here, 60 plus big. So certainly he's not going to. I don't think we're going to go too crazy here.
Is Mistake got like 1 million chips?
Both him and Dan have got just over 1 million. Yeah.
This is such a tricky spot for Michael now. such a tricky spot.
Well, I think it'll just be pot control. I don't think he's going to do
you'd think
anything
so,
too
wouldn't you?
silly here. Yeah,
Okay.
his fire's a little better. Yeah, fire's enough of a little
Takes
better,
Takes
but enough that it was small enough that could have got away from it if Paul had decided to go over the top. But on we go next hand. But this is it. One more exit. So
on the bubble,
we are very much on the money bubble of this day one.
This goes the big blind here.
Yeah, this is a harsh one as well. It's like he's short stack. Oh wow, he gets a walk.
Yeah, I mean, it's decision now on what Scouse wants to do. It could be that his 17 bigs is enough for him to make the day two, and he's happy with that. Could well be the case. Meanwhile, Mark is all in. Decision on Winston. He's already put 3.5 bigs in, so it's another 20 bigs to call. He's got 118 bigs behind. Lets it go.
And Leigh, there's a chance that these blinds could be rolled back, or versus.
Yeah, this is going to be this will be the earliest level that it will. There's no way in this world that live will go on longer than this,
that makes
for
sense.
sure. Yeah. But we're into level 15 now, so it depends. Yeah, whether there's another 15 minutes worth of this hand for hand, maybe. But it might not go on as long as that, but we're going to be in level 15. We were predicting sort of level 17, 16, 17, we thought it would go to.
The Scouse is in the hand again. Like Quang's limp from the under the gun?
Well, we're not seeing that at the moment. Here we go.
So a little bet from Steve. He's got 2 players in this hand still.
Is that strong, or is he trying to catch up? Has he got a club, or what's going on there, guys?
The trouble is it depends. It depends what Steve's looking to do. If he's looking to build a stack here, he needs to get the pot big enough that he can. It's worthwhile. Yeah. That's the problem with it.
It's a horrible pot size for his stack. If he checks, then Quang's gonna.
Chunky. Looks like he's milky in here.
Yeah. He committed himself there.
Enough.
Good hand.
Puts him up to just nearly 18 bigs, and we're at 5 to the hour, so players are on a break. We're down to 91 in the online championship. So we're there. JP, do you need a break at 5 to the hour? I'm just very wary. I don't want to do the quiz and us miss any of this poker hand for hand. They're going to be straight back in 4 minutes. So I don't really want to miss that. But
I don't need a break. I'm good. If you want to have a quick stab at it, our break's just started.
Okay. All right.
I'm fine for a break as well, Leigh. Thanks for asking.
I wasn't bothered about you, to be honest.
You're not playing.
Who's going first? Who's going second? And who's picking?
Yeah, well, I don't care.
Well, JP is again more intelligent than me, so
Stu's confident, so Stu can go first, which means JP gets to pick categories.
No. Oh, that's dreadful.
Yeah, that's the way we'll play this then. Right, come on, then, let's fire this up as quick as we can. You're seeing that on the screen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right, lovely. So JP, your choices are US sports, movies, or UK geography. What are you going to play?
Dickhead, JP.
I'm going to go for the one that I think we're both strongest on, but I think Stu's stronger than me. But let's go for it for fun. Let's go US sports.
Oh, no.
US sports we're going for. Right. What we're after is the first 11 NFL teams in alphabetical order.
Oh, wow.
Is what we're after. Stu, you're up first.
Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. Back of the net.
Baltimore Ravens.
I hate you.
Baltimore Ravens makes it 1-1.
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. 2-1 to Stu.
Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, nice.
It's 2-2.
Detroit Lions.
3-2 to Stu.
Cincinnati Bengals.
I hate you. You're going to beat me.
That makes it 3-3.
I'm actually running out of ideas. Wow.
Gonna have to push you for an answer, Stu.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's a miss.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
Oh,
Carolina Panthers.
I hate you. He's going to be. Look at him. He's sat there all smug.
Need to score, Stu. You need to score with your final penalty.
Oh, Buffalo Bills.
But JP's got a chance to win
Scored.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Surely.
And it's there. 5-4 to JP.
It helped that Stu put Detroit down as a marker because then I thought, well, Denver's
so
good.
the two that you're missing, I mean, huge teams. The two that you're missing.
Dallas
Cowboys, very good, Des. And you're missing one more. Beginning with a C.
Yeah. Bear with me, caller.
Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago, yeah.
Chicago Bears. There you go.
Lee,
that would have been a full
you
house.
threw us there, Lee, by saying two massive teams.
Oh, really? Well, to me, they're quite famous teams, but maybe they're not.
Well played, JP. Well done.
Well done, JP. 5-4. Very good, very good. So I'll remove US sports and see what's up. I add in for next time. I might put the I know they had 3 chances at doing the periodic table last night. They didn't want to do it. So.
No, we're definitely not doing it.
I swear that one. I think the Bears are disproportionately well known in this country because that season they had was when we had the popularity explosion. That 85 season.
Yeah,
that was when it started with Channel 4.
Yeah, okay.
Guys, we have some updates from the chat box if I can. First of all, a little bit of discussion around Kwang. Kwang's, who Kwang is. So Paul is saying, I think Kwang is Tai Hoang, brutal Midlands player, got heads up in the Goliath a few years back. But Tom Bacon is questioning that.
Excellent.
Almost certain from the way that he's playing that it's not Tai. So we'll have to wait and see about that. There was a little bit of guessing related to the game. And Phil TC with some good news from Vegas. Update from Stuart Oliver, he of Ace Jack fame. Would love to see Stuart back on about 1 million in chips, which is 20 bigs. But average stack, he's playing in the Colossus, right? Day 2 today. So
he is. Yeah, made it. I was on WhatsApp with him last night as they were in the money. Really exciting.
Very impressive.
Listening to him there. Yeah, he said didn't have a biggest stat, but it was enough for him to kind of see if he could do a bit of damage, and he certainly has done that in the following day. So very well done. So on we go. Still hand for hand in this. One more exit we need, and the remaining 11 players are going to bag up their chips for Dusk till Dawn next Sunday for the live day 2. Short stacks are Steve Bailiff with 17 bigs and Dan Williams with 20. They're the 2 shortest players, 1 on each table. Mark Gardner's not a little far off. He's got 22. So, this it has the potential to go on for a little while here. Nobody's so short that they just need to get the chips in the middle. It's just whether anybody's wanting to try and get a double up and is prepared to take the risk.
What's the min cash going to be? Like 180% of the buy-in, something like that?
We normally try and make it twice.
Okay.
We'll try and make it 250 if we can.
See, I'm probably all right with 17 bigs in that scenario. And knowing that the scenario, I wouldn't just drive to a tournament for it, but knowing this particular dynamic.
So we just hand for hand, so it's just slowing up a little bit whilst this this happens. The thing is, what you don't want, I suppose, from well, I don't know, maybe you do from another player point of view. If you don't want this dragging out for a couple of levels and it's affecting your big blinds stack, because that obviously this is likely to be the earliest level for day 2. I mean, Tom also works it out, so he has this magic number of sort of 33 bigs for an average stack to be is kind of where he looks to aim for this to work out at. So that's another number that he does have as an option when looking at this. But we'll always do fair by the players. That's the most important thing. So Glyn takes that one down.
It's definitely gone pretty
Tristan's
quiet,
sitting there nicely on 25. Obviously Tristan, a former champ as well. So
Tristan was on 37-38 a short while ago, though, so he's beginning to get a little bit uncomfortable, I would suggest.
Yeah, we've just jumped to level 15, so this is the problem. Is if you sat there and we're going through the levels, that it obviously does make a difference to your number of bigs, obviously. And if you're sitting there, just go, well, I'm just not going to play anything. I'm going to wait for somebody else to do to kind of finish this off so we can end for the day. Yeah, if you're not careful, all of a sudden you can just watch your stack dwindle away a little bit.
Sucked into it, right?
Yeah.
They will all have the other table up so they can see what they're playing against and what they're looking at.
Yeah, Winston Jones, chip leader at the moment with 1.3 million, which is 109 bigs. 3 players in the hand here: Michael, Glyn, and Paul. And Michael does the same. Michael's scooped up some nice small pots and just added to his stack up to over 70 bigs now.
Yep.
I've heard it said about Paul, Leigh, wasn't he a most peculiar man?
Are you back being cryptic again?
Nobody's called that one? No?
No.
Oh, it was a great song, that. Oh, wasn't he a most peculiar man?
Well,
no,
there's
no.
clip.
It's obviously deep in the Simon and Garfunkel catalog. That one.
Very deep, isn't it? Yeah. So Scouse shoves and gets it through. Mark Gardner picks up chips on the other table.
Quietly, Scouse got himself back to 20 blinds here, despite the increase in blind level and stuff. He's quietly going about his business.
I don't have an issue with 20 bigs going into a day 2. To be perfectly honest, that's probably about my cutoff. So yeah,
I think we've got Triplin raging. I don't think Triplin rage. I could never say it, but F off, Des. No. I've been here before, lad. Fantastic. John Sibley, med day 2 of the PLO. Bit of a bold-sized stack, but it's PLO, so not concerned at this point.
Yeah, that's that clock is now paused because they're down to 21. They finished level 21, should I say, and they're down to 21 players. So it's perfectly worked out well. Simon Manning is in there. Yanni is in there. Chris Webber is there as well. John Sibley, as you mentioned. So all made it through for day 2 tomorrow. So guaranteed. Yeah, they sort of guaranteed only about $64 a month, but it's a bounty as well. So you're picking up bounties as you go.
And the update from Vegas on Stuart is 477 left in Colossus, $1,470 locked up. Another update from Stu. Basically, says Phil, he's cashed himself a bucket of beer and a pizza in Vegas this year.
I am hearing Vegas is getting more and more expensive.
It's pricey. I'll tell you how much it is. Pricey.
It's going to be the 99-cent hot dogs on Fremont Street then.
Especially the places that Phil was staying this year.
But Stu, is it a case that they've obviously gone through lockdown and COVID and everything and have now ramped up their prices to try and get some profit back, or is it just naturally that's just what's going on?
I think it's naturally, and obviously Phil stayed in some places that were slightly more expensive than the rest of us. So,
but when you say you're saying it's pricey, is in that it's expensive.
If you're sat at a bar just like drinking a beer, it's like about what, $8, $8.50.
Okay,
which is like I don't think it's like massively expensive compared to where we were before, but yeah, it's getting there. It's more expensive than I thought it was. Like the narrow routine.
So meanwhile, JP's laddered another $16. There's now 84 players left in the online championship.
Go on, JP. So.
Thanks, Des.
plus tax, right? You've got to have the tax on top. You've got to have a tip on top, naturally. Bloody hell, sounding expensive. I'm thinking maybe another year holidaying at home might be the way forward.
Interesting board.
It's horrible. I hate them boards.
Paul takes it.
Paul's just kind of lost a couple of small pots. So, and obviously with the levels,
that was going
as well. But he was sat on 100. Was it 100? Bigs, so he had over $1 million. He's now got 894,000. So he has dwindled away a little bit stack wise.
Come on, Garfunkel.
So he's scout. So I just wonder whether he was going to shove at that point. Can't see. Say Michael's got to have woken up with a pretty decent holding to want to make that call.
Scouse goes up to 24 blinds there. I think we might see a little more of that from Scouse. You know, if he pulls the trigger another 2 or 3 times, he'll be at 30 blinds before he knows it.
So Quang is shortest on short stack on this table. Dan Williams is a short stack on the other table with 16 bigs as well.
You've got Quang opening up for just min raising under the gun. It's like, what are you doing out of that stack size? I have no idea why he would.
Well, with Paul calling and Michael calling out the small blind, we might find out here. It's gone check all the way around.
Please get there you go, Garfunkel. Get yourself in.
Quang's made the call. 14 bigs in the middle. He's only got 10 behind.
I'll just put him all in and see what he's got.
I think Quang has something here.
Paul does that. Quang folds.
Decent play by Paul there.
Why is he called on the flop? It makes no sense.
Maybe he was flushing, Stu, perhaps.
So Quang down to 10 bigs now. So really is the shorts. Now the pressure will be piled on Michael. I would imagine here will at least call from the small blind. I think it might have been raising any 2, to be honest, just to. But it's firing out and being called all the way down here.
He's got oh my Lord.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's nicely played.
Just a request from Dan Williams, Leigh. Can we put the picture cards back in the decks?
Yeah, we will do.
It can go like that. Yeah, Paul is agreeing. Tom's right. No way Tai plays like this. We assume.
So on we go. We've pretty much been about 15 minutes now on this hand for hand. One more exit, and it's not. So we're only 4 minutes away from hitting level 16. But it's only going to take one hand with a couple of these stacks.
It is Tris. Fuck him up, come on. No, I say Tris is time. Tris knows what he's doing. He's time banking the living daylights out of this.
Trouble is the other hand. It's a hand for hand at the moment. So the other one is out. But it's whether you're using that up to try and see the clock move another level, maybe. Whether that makes a difference to your blind number of blinds you've got and what others have got as well. So Quang makes a call on the button from Michael's min range. It's going to play another hand against Michael. Now somehow they've got 10 bigs in.
If he
folds
it, he's feeling like chip dumping. There we go.
Ah, fair play. Quang's King Jack hit the flop, and is up to 22 bigs now. So a couple of hands there. And,
it might have been unconventional, but it's working for him.
It is, yeah.
All of a sudden, old Slug Williams is the short stack.
Yeah, down to 14 bigs on the other table. Chubby's got Dan Howson to his left. He's got Winston Jones, the chip leader, to his right. Dan is in a horrible spot,
especially with Howson to his left.
Yeah, Paul's playing another hand with Michael. Michael's had the better of him the last couple.
Not that one.
This time Paul does the business. Meanwhile, on the other table,
two big stacks
two big stacks are playing a hand, and there's very quickly 13 bigs in the middle, and it's slowed down a little bit now.
Nice hand. So JP just having some connection issues, guys. Let's see if he managed.
I hope he's not having connection issues with his poker. I really do, because that wouldn't be great. He has a nice stack in the online championship. So,
there he is.
That was annoying. Got frozen out. Jumped on my phone, which I never used to play long enough to see myself get dealt ace king and ace queen suited. And
JP, if you want to jump off this and it'll help improve your connection for your poker,
absolutely.
Seriously, you're so well in this now. I'd hate for you to start getting connection problems, honestly.
So Dan is saying best hand I've seen, during the last few orbits. King 6 offsuit, easy game this folding. Well, he's picked up a couple there, but he's pretty short. Dan, 12 big blinds.
So yeah, we'll just let JP concentrate on his poker, and hopefully that'll improve his connection. Because to say we're down to 74 players in this now, so and JP is currently 43rd of those 74. So with just under 900,000 chips at the moment. So meanwhile, Paul's scooping up another one, puts him back up to 73 bigs now, and on we go again. And we're into level 16. So we're only one off now where we thought we would be. 17 was the call where we thought this would end at the end of day one. I'd imagine. So I can't imagine we're going to get through another 15 minutes without.
I don't think so, Leigh.
Without it's happening. It's few of the stacks now. There's Dan Williams has got 12 bigs. Mark Gardner's got 13 bigs. Tristan's now here with 15 bigs. Quang's got 14 and is in this hand.
And somebody's going to be hurt here.
Yeah, it's very hurt because there's 12 bigs in the middle here, and that's pretty much what the both of them have got behind. It's gone check, check.
Let's see if Scouts can pull the trigger again.
It goes all in. Quang insta calls with King Jack.
Scouse is crippled.
And
Queen 5.
Yeah, Scouse Queen 5, and just taking a stab at it and hope that Quang had missed as well. But it's similar hand to the one Quang won chipped with Michael. Steve's going to be all in. He's got one big, and I'd imagine the table might well pull this round to end it today. Here now, we'll see. Other tables already finished their hand. So Michael's going to raise this up, though, which could potentially give Steve
that might help Scouts, yeah.
Yeah, Kwang's made the call as well. This could play out really strange because there's going to be 10 bigs in the middle here. Is Paul's got super value to at least see a flop on this. And he does. So it's all spades.
That's ugly.
Check from Kwang, check from Paul. Michael, who was the initial raiser in this. Tom Bacon in the chat said, what's going on here? Well, exactly. That's exactly what we're trying to work out.
Scouse could do very nicely here. He's got a 6.
It's gonna be chopped.
Bloody hell.
Wow. So Michael picks up the side pot, but Steve chops the main pot. Yeah.
He's a little unlucky not to scoop that, Leigh.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's got a little bit of few blinds left, so we go.
Paul Haycock. Oh, it's too funny. Sake! Didn't work out.
No.
Dan, FML, I've got to get through the blinds again. This is the pain.
Might well have to by the looks of it. But yeah, it's what Steve wants to. Yeah, what he does here now.
I think he's.
I don't see any because because Steve's so low. No, because Steve's so low now. I don't see anybody else doing anything. Yeah, I think on the other table now. Yeah, Dan's just folded and given Dan Williams just folded and given Dan Austin a walk. Yeah, so they're not really playing any hands on the other table because of the super short stack on this table. But meanwhile, the other players are getting involved in a pot. There's a very quickly 8 bigs in the middle pre here, which will be nice for somebody. Michael's going to have a crack at it. We know Kwang's normally got kings up his sleeve, but not this time. But Paul's made the call though. Goes check on the turn. So there's the river. Paul checks. Michael has a little stab at it, which Paul lets it go, and on we go. So it's going to be Scouse's big blind now. So with 1 big in and a raise from Michael already.
Here we go again.
And Scouse folds.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I bet he'd have liked a bit of that if he's folding there. So JP said every time I try to rejoin, it messes up the poker connection. So we might have seen the end of JP for the night.
Well, you know what to do, JP. Focus on that poker, my friend. We'll hopefully once this is over, we'll bring your table up and we'll follow your play in the online championship. So once we get this one more exit, we're getting deeper and deeper into level 16.
Is this the hand?
He's got
it's
to.
got it. Surely it's got to go in because there's no. They're not playing hands on the other table. The reason I've not flicked over there is because there literally has been no cards shown. So far, everything's been dealt with as actually. Just as I say that, Dan Williams is all in. I can't see Winston Jones making a call here for 8 bigs from a 75 big stack. Having a think about it. But Dan's not played anything, so maybe he might let this go, actually.
I think he will. I think he's just running down a bit of time while they watch what happens elsewhere.
And does. So Dan gets a lot of respect there with the shove. Meanwhile, back round on the shorty table with antes going in as well. And yeah, Paul just makes a flat there on the basis of thinking Steve's going to go into. There's now 4 of them that are up against him. Michael fires out again.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
but he's absolutely hit a monster there. A7 versus 8-6, and that is going to be that. Unfortunately, Steve is just going to miss out. He's going to finish in 12th place, which means the remaining 11 players are all going to make it through. So very well done to Dan
played,
Alston,
everyone.
Michael Chesnell, Winston Jones, Paul Haycock, Tom Bacon, Glyn Wellings, Biha Wang, Huang Hong, Dan Williams, Tristan Chaplin, and Mark Gardner. You've all made it through. I think Mark Gardner's stack was the shortest one at 160, which is about 10 bigs, wasn't it? We were playing 816 then, weren't we? So so we go right from a 10 big stack right up to Dan Austin's 1.4 million. But you're all making it through to Sunday, and we'll have a min cash on Sunday. So very well done to all of you.
Well played, guys. Just a little bit from the chat box. JP is just scared of Stu and that UK geography round that's coming from Jer Jr. Triplin said, horrible for me that bubble lost 80k. Tony Ross says, thanks, guys. Triplin says, good game, guys. Unlucky Scouse. Tom Bacon, well played all. So where to next, Leigh?
Well, I don't know whether we're gonna. This is a bad thing because we know what we're like on this show. But I've got JP's table up in the online championship. They are down to 67 players now. So whilst he's been offline with us, he's added another $27 to his minimum cash. So he's going along nicely. There are 67 players remaining in this. We're starting to creep up to some big money here already. Ian Witt is another player who's running deep in this, so I'll get his table up next to it as well, and we'll basically, if there's any action in either of them, we'll flick between the two. But it's fairly I'd say frantic, but we've kind of flown through this quite quickly. They're on level 24. They've got 8 minutes left to level 24. They're only going to play to the end of level 26 tonight. So it's 10-minute blind. So we've pretty much got about 28 minutes remaining, which means we're probably going to be we might just get this finished just before the 5-2 break at 5-1. That could be wrapped up. So yeah, it's expect about another half an hour or so, which will follow the action of those that are in. Let me have a quick scroll down and see who we've got. But first of all, let me give you a shout out to Rafael Negovic from Croatia, who's currently the chip leader at the moment. So well done to you. Paul Fulton is there. Pab is there. Dominic Byrne, Ian Witt I mentioned. Richard King is currently 27th. Adam Small is 26th. So they're both going very well indeed. Ben Burnhill is still going strong in 39th place. Who else have we got? Jamie Burland in 46th. JP's in 49th at the moment. Paul Garnham. That name rings a bell.
Yeah. Paul from the Luton area. He was a great player back in the blonde poker days. I want to say back at base, Leigh, are you back?
Oh yeah, well we've been here all the time.
Fantastic.
We've not dropped out, Des.
We've not dropped out at all. Meanwhile, look at that for a hand. Ace Queen versus Eights versus Ace King. And the Eights does the business for Kenneth Cull and absolutely decimates Ian Witt's stack. Unfortunately, I'm not sure whether we've got the. See where we are with it. Stream.
What have you got, Leigh? You're looking for.
Have you gone with a new one, or are you picking up the old one?
It's going on the old one.
It's ended.
Okay. Have you just checked the groups to see if there's anything else showing there?
Put a new one up. Let me see if I can